Carbon Dino Basketball on 95.3 The Peak. Welcome to the Carbon Dino pregame show on KRPX 95.3 The Peak. Brought to you by Landon's Diesel Service. Leave your truck in the hands of those who know diesel engines. Landon's Diesel Service at 540 South 300 West in Price. And now for tonight's play-by-play, let's join Sonny Buscarini.
Good afternoon and welcome to Carbon Dino Basketball here on 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play tonight. It's the Carbon Dinos against the Manti Templars. Region 13 play has been interesting, and we'll recap it real quick, and then Aiden will join us here in a second. The Union Cougars lead the way with a 3-0 record. They went into Emory on Wednesday night and came away with the win, which drops Emory to 1-1. Carbon with the win over North St. Pete on Wednesday night, 1-1. And Manti lost to Richfield in an important RPI ranking game, but not a region game. They stay 1-1. North St. Pete 0-3. So it's Union 3-0, Carbon 1-1, Emory 1-1, Manti 1-1, North St. Pete 0-3. Tonight, we'll really get a good look at how this region is going to play out in the last 4 or 5 games of the season. Aiden Mortensen joining me. I'm Sonny Buscarini. Good evening. And Aiden, it's an interesting region. We've talked about it. Union, with the win over Emory on Wednesday night, the ball's in their court now. They're 3-0. They're ahead of everybody. If they take care of business, they're going to be a tough team to catch to win the region. Possible, but right now they're in the driver's seat.
Yeah, they control their own destiny right now, Sonny, but you have a slew of teams right behind them sitting at 1-1. Emory, Carbon, Manti, all of them in that second place slot. So tonight could shift a lot of things. An Emory win to bump them to 2-1 puts them right back in it. A Carbon win keeps them in it, and a Manti win does the same for them. But you also have to look at the RPI implications because postseason looming. It's crazy to think only about a month away.
Right.
We'll be down in Cedar City for state basketball. Going to be an interesting final few weeks of the season. Carbon tonight, they need to take care of business because, like you mentioned, this is the first of 4 home games for the Dinos. You got to take care of home court in this region. They lost one on the road, but they have another chance at the undefeated in region Cougars coming up here in Jurassic Park. That's like very winnable game for the Dinos, especially with what we know now about the Cougars. Coming in, there was a little bit of an unknown factor to what Union would be throwing our way, and that was, of course, how potent they are at the three-point shot. But now teams around the region starting to recognize that a little more, but doesn't make it any less lethal.
Yeah, you take a look at Union. They are off tonight. If you remember, last Friday night, the Dinos were off, having 5 teams in the region. Somebody has to have a night off or play a non-region game. Well, tonight, Union has the night off, so they can sit back and watch everybody else tonight. They're in first place with the 3-0 record. Now, Carbon and Manti tonight here at Carbon High School, both 1-1. Whoever wins this game tonight will be in second place. Possibly a tie with Emory, who sits 1-1 as well, but they play North St. Pete tonight. North St. Pete looks for their first win of the season, sitting 0-3. They're very capable of being anybody as well. So, if the winner of this game tonight will definitely be at least a tie with Emory for second place. So this is a huge game tonight here at home for the Dinos. First of 4, like you say, they play everybody in the region back-to-back here at Carbon High School, and then they finish out the season on the road against Manti, and the last game of the season will be up at Emory High School. So a huge game tonight for region play. We talk about it all the time, and we'll look at the RPI rankings here in a second. that we always say, if you take care of the region, the RPI will take care of you. So this is a huge game tonight for the Dinos here at home.
If you're able to come away with the victory tonight, not only do you have the RPI on your side, you've taken care of one home game in the region slate, but you got to look at it too from a momentum perspective.
Right.
You and I are big fans of momentum. We're big believers in it, and that carries over not just quarter to quarter, play to play, but game to game, it feels like. So the Dinos coming into this contest are riding on a fever pitch, a very dominant win over North St. Pete on Wednesday. Now they're going against a Manti team who lost a heartbreaker to Ridgefield. So you're going to see a battle between what's going to be more powerful, the heartbreak or the momentum that's on the side of the Dinos. And the Dinos are able to secure the victory tonight. We look at next Wednesday's rivalry matchup against the Emory Spartans. That one's going to be a barn burner regardless.
Yeah.
You can throw out records, you can throw out statistics. Rivalry games are different.
Yes.
Those are going to bring out the best basketball out of both sides. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, but one here at Carbon High. It's a big gym, but it's such an intimate environment close to the court that I can see the Dinos having some pretty big home court advantage here as compared to what Emory feels in the Spartan Center.
Why these games tonight are so important, another reason is we talk momentum. The Dinos with the 77-59 win over North St. Pete on Wednesday night. If they could win tonight, they would go into Wednesday's game against Emory with 2 wins under their belt. And a win against North St. Pete, they looked really good. Anytime you beat Manti, you have to really be happy with that win. So if they can win tonight, go against Emory on Wednesday night with the momentum and 2 wins. Emory, now they lost their last 2 games. Important for them tonight to beat North St. Pete because you don't want to go into Wednesday night's game on a 3-game losing streak coming in to play Carbon.
Yeah, that is the last thing you want to do, especially if you're the Spartans coming into a hostile environment against the cross-county rivals. Gonna want to take care of business, and right now, North St. Pete is shaping up to serve as a bit of a measuring stick for the teams in this region. How are they playing North St. Pete? What are those scores looking like? And stylistically, how are they matching up? As we saw with the Dinos' victory against North St. Pete, one of the big things that came into play was a multiple defensive scheme from Carbon. They were switching from a 3-2 to a 2-3 to man-to-man. We saw some traps in there, adjusting to what the situation called for. And we talked to Coach Brower about this. It's because he's watching film. He's identifying what is causing some pain points for opposing teams. And it's created an advantage in the coaching department, but you got to give props to the kids because the coach can only coach the concepts. It's up to the players to execute, and Carbon did that in spades.
Yep. Listening to the Landis Diesel Service pregame show. Talk about Union and Manti. Now, Manti playing the Dinos tonight. They lost their last game against Richfield. It's important for them to win tonight because their next game is against 3-0 Union, and that's on the 21st. So if you do believe in momentum, which we do, makes it another reason why these games tonight are huge in Region 13.
Yeah, and we know Manti is a team who can hang with the best of them, much like Carbon is. On Wednesday, they lost to Richfield 62-57. But coming out of winter break, Sonny, this was a statistic that jumped out to me. Manti's gone 1-4 since the winter break, with all games, with the exception of their 2 region games, being decided by single digits. So they suffered 1 point, 2 point, a few 4-point losses during that tenure. Emory beat the Templars by 15, but Manti beat North St. Pete by 13 in that 4 overtime thriller. So This is a team who kind of plays to the level of their competition. If you're Manti, if you're the Templars, you want to come away with a win tonight, you need to make sure you're playing to your standard. You're not going to raise it. You're going to raise it if they're a better team, but you're not going to lower it if they're not. So they're going to have to play just their brand of basketball, something which over this past stretch they just haven't really been able to establish.
And Stone Mortensen, number 5, averaging 14.6 points per game, the leading scorer for Manti. And then you have number 4, the senior Carter Mason, averaging 12.4 points per game for Manti as well. So those are the 2 leading scorers for the Templars, and the Dinos need to do what tonight to slow one of them down. Now, they did good the other night against North St. Pete. They had one player that had a great game, but the other one that averages in double digits, the Dinos did good on the defensive side. Tonight, they need to do that again.
They need to continue their defensive prowess that we saw against North St. Pete, like you alluded to, but it's a different team, so it poses some different problems. Manti, not as good of a three-point shooting team as the Hawks were. They only shoot 28% from beyond the arc on the season. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to force them to those three-point shots, those uncomfortable situations. Because you look at the likes of especially Stone Mortensen and Carter Mason, their game is built on driving. They love to drive in. They love to fight through contact, mid-range, pull up, or going for a layup. That's what they like to do. And you look at them, they're very athletic kids. Carter Mason holds collegiate football offers from Snow College, with Stone Mortensen holding two, one from Snow College and one from the University of Utah. So that speaks to the athleticism of these kids.
Yeah.
Through and through, they are strong, they can jump, they can run, they're not going to tire out. But you're going to have to force them into the technical side of things where they haven't excelled this season. So you have to force them into situations where footwork is going to beat brawn, where fancy shooting is going to beat speed. You want to force them into a slower-paced game. Don't let them run the court. You can stop that. You have the key to beating Manti.
Number 3, Will Barton, the senior, averaging 8.3 points per game. Number 10, the senior, Cody Rasmussen, averaging 8.1 points per game. Then you have Adam Thomas, the senior. He wears number 12, averaging 6.5 points per game. That's the main scorers for the Manti Templars. For the Carbon Dinos, we'll take a look at the Dinos real quick, and we'll talk about that win over North Stampede first off, and talking to Coach and everything when he came up for his interview. When you have 5 players in a game that double-digit, you're going to most of the time be on the positive end of the score at the end of the night.
Yeah, no, that's not been a problem for the Dinos all season. We see them averaging close to 65, 70 points a night. The problem for Carbon comes in allowing more points than that. We got to look back to that Juab game. The Dinos score 75, but they allow 91 to a tough Wasp team. So, like you said, if you can get the offense humming, that's taking care of half the game. You're taking care of yourself on the offensive side, but you got to have the defense to match. But having 5 players scoring double figures, that is going to work wonders for you.
Well, the one key for the Dinos, why they did have 5 players in double digits, is because they didn't have that bad quarter, that bad or 6 or 7 minutes of basketball up at North San Pedro. They played solid throughout the entire game, and it showed on the scoreboard at the end of the game with a big 18-point win.
Yeah, the biggest deficit they felt all night was about falling 6 points behind about in the second quarter, but they were able to bounce back from that. Instead of a 4 to 5 minute stretch or even an entire quarter, it was about 1 to 1.5 minutes, and that you can recover from as long as you're limiting it and not letting it happen too frequently.
Yeah, they outscored North St. Pete in every quarter on Wednesday night. See if they can bring that offense over to tonight here against the Manti Templars as we take a look at the Carbon Dinos. Leading the way for Carbon so far this season, we have Carter Warburton, the number 10 senior, averaging 12.6 points per game.
Yeah, he's been spectacular, son. You look at his 16-point outburst against North St. Pete. He was instrumental in getting him going early on, as well as maintaining down the stretch his defense, his passing, his shooting. He's a complete player.
Ty Mortensen, the senior center, averaging 10.6 points per game, but he does so much in the paint. He is a paint player, and he controls the paint during the game, and he started out against North St. Pete on fire in the paint and set the tone for the game, I feel.
That he did. He made the game physical. He established himself early and often against the Hawks. It was a great job by Ty getting that going. And now we're starting to see his offense flow a little more freely, especially down in the low block. And on defense, like you mentioned, he clogs up the paint. He has about a bit of a Rudy Gobert effect, where not only is he blocking shots, but he's having players scared to drive to the hoop. Oftentimes they're going to think about going up. They'll see Ty step in front of them, and they're going to be forced to kick out of fear of being swatted. So he has an impact in the defensive side of things just incredibly, and his offense starting to come along as well.
Number 24, Logan Bennett, averaging 10.5 points per game. The senior having a great season as well.
That he has lots of energy. When Logan gets going, he's hard to stop. Double teams oftentimes aren't even enough. You got to throw at least 3 guys his way if you want a chance of stopping him from scoring.
And Kyler Hort, the senior forward, wears number 2, averaging 10.4 points per game. So you have 4 players for the Carbon Dinos averaging double digits. When you get that 5th one in there, scoring double digits as well. This team is going to be a tough team to beat.
Yeah, they are going to be a juggernaut, Sonny, and come tournament time, if they continue this upward trajectory they're on, I foresee good things for the Dinos.
Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll look at the RPI rankings. We have an interview that Jordan did with the head coach of the Dinos, Coach Brower. We'll play that for you. That was from yesterday. And then it'll be time for tip-off here at Carbon High School. Big game tonight, region play. Carbon Dinos, Manti Templars, when we come back.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Looking for the perfect mattress? We've got you covered. At Bill's Home Furnishings, we have the largest selection of mattresses in eastern Utah, including the highly rated Serta Perfect Sleeper. And when it comes to price, we're competitive with anywhere in the state. But we're more than just mattresses. From quality furniture and home accessories to reliable appliances, we've got everything you need to make your house a home. Stop by Bill's Home Furnishings today, where selection, savings, and service meet. Right here in eastern Utah.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
The Dinos play here on 95.3 FM, The Peak.
Welcome back to the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. Carbon Dino basketball here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. You can also watch on the KSL app, and you can also watch us on YouTube. Explain to the listeners how to get on YouTube and watch the game while you listen to our broadcast.
Well, that's absolutely correct, Sonny. If you're more of a visual person but you still love the radio play-by-play, all you got to do is head on over to YouTube, look up Castle Country Radio Carbon, and you're going to have access to not only this game, Sonny, but games across the Dino season. So we're talking football, we're talking wrestling, we're talking basketball, both boys and girls, all at your fingertips. Again, that's Castle Country Radio Carbon on YouTube.
Let's take a look at the RPI rankings in 3A classification here in the state of Utah. Starting with 16, it's Ben Lomond, Providence Hall 15, Logan 14. Then when we get to the 13th spot, we have three of our Region 13 teams. Starting with North St. Pete sits number 13, Manti 12, and Carbon 11. Now, when we talked about if you win your region, RPI will take care of you. I mean, this is this proves it right here. You have a 13, 12, and 11. And Carbon, if they can win tonight against Manti, they'll pull them a little bit further away. If Manti can beat Carbon tonight, very great chance of a flip-flop. So the RPI rankings are very important in the seeding, and you have North St. Pete 13, Manti 12, and Carbon 11.
Yeah, and that's the key stretch. The Dinos took care of business against the Hawks. Now tonight against the Templars, they're looking to do the same.
Juab sits 10th, Canyon View 9, Ogden 8. Then we have Union, who leads the region with 3-0, sits at number 7. Grantsville 6, Delta 5, Emory is at number 4, American Heritage 3, Richville 2, and Morgan 1. Emory, the team that the Carbon Dinos will play on Wednesday night.
Yeah, and that's going to be a fun upcoming slate. Sonny, Emory dropping a spot, sitting at 3 at the midweek update, but that loss to Union dropped him down to number 4.
So that's a look at the RPI rankings here as we go into game number 3 for the Carbon Dinos and game number 3 for the Manti Templars. Once again, the region standings: Union 3-0, Carbon 1-1, Emory 1-1, Manti 1-1, North St. Pete 0-3. Dinos play Manti. Emerald plays North St. Pete. Union has the night off. That's a look at the region. Now we're going to play an interview that Coach Brower came into the station and talked to Jordan yesterday. We'll play that interview for you, and when we come back, it'll be time for the starting lineups and basketball here at Carbon High School.
Joining us right now, we have head coach Taylor Brower. And, Coach, I always look forward to the conversations. Thanks for making time today.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
As I said, you get a road win in this region. I think it is something to be happy with, right? And you guys have played 2 region games. Both have been on the road, so you do have a heavy dose of home games coming up. You always want to win every time you go out onto the floor, but I know you feel like you guys should very easily or could very well be 2-0 after 2 region games, both on the road.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like, we were missing 2 players against Union, and I think they really could have helped us against Union, and we could have beat them with those 2 players. And now getting the win against North St. Pete, it's definitely, I think we're moving in the right direction for sure.
And I know that coaches always want to take it one game at a time, and I know you and I have always talked about that as well, but I also think it's just factual. You look at the schedule and say, okay, we have a 4-game homestand at this stage in the season in region play. This is probably the most crucial part of the regular season for you.
Oh, yeah. We have to protect our home court because I know for a fact that playing at Manti and playing at Emory, which we end with the season, those are tough places to play, and those are tough places to not only get calls from refs, but also the environment's tough. So we've got to protect our home court, and we've got to win on our home court because I don't know what's going to happen in those last 2 games. So if we can control our own destiny at this point, we'll be fine. And if we end up 5-3, then it'll be what it is. But I honestly hope that I hope we only have 1 loss.
Well, and you said something to me, Coach, when you walked in that North St. Pete had you a little worried. And, I think it's a testament to how much parity really could lie within this region.
Oh, yeah, and that's I still believe that every team could go 4-4, even us. It just depends on which version of which team shows up on that night. And that goes for every team in the region. Because Emory took it to Manti, but yet they lost to Union last night at home. So I just think it just depends on which team shows up for any game, any given night of the week.
Well, let's talk about where you guys are at, and we can kind of take that first region game. I want to kind of throw that away against Union. I don't know that it's necessarily relevant, as you mentioned, missing 2 key players in that game. So let's focus on what went down at North St. Pete. Anytime you score 77 points, you're going to win. I think it's pretty simple.
Yeah, no, we have to. In our games that we've won, we've been averaging 75 points per game. So that's been our goal. And and last night, one of the things I was super proud of is we actually had 5 kids in double digits last night, and that's the great thing about our team is last night, Ty Mortensen only had 6 points, and he's usually been our double-digit guy every night, but yet last night he only had 6 points, but he did his job. He rebounded, he protected the rim. He had some good steals. He did a really solid job on the defensive end, which then allowed the offensive end to flow for everybody else. So it was really nice last night to see the distribution of points for sure.
And I know one of those players that definitely had a nice free-flowing game offensively was Carter Warburton. He was good. He had 16 points.
Yeah, Carter Warburton, he does some good things. He drives really well. He finishes around the hoop. Recently, he's been doing a better job at making better decisions with the ball. He's in the past, he's always liked to dribble and try to create a shot dribbling, but I've been preaching to him for 2 years. You don't have to dribble. You just got to move and get space, and he's been doing a really good job of that the last couple of games for sure.
So when you go back and you kind of evaluate, Coach, all 4 quarters, and I know putting together 4 quarters is key in a region where it's so tight-knit as well, how happy were you with what you saw from the team last night?
Honestly, I was happy. It looked like we had a complete 4 quarters, but I was rewatching the game last night, and we had a bad probably, 2 minutes in the second quarter. I think North St. Pete got up 6. But one of the things I think that shows the resiliency of our team is that they were able to fight back, and I think they went on 6-0 run, and then we ended up going on a 12-0 run right afterwards. So they showed the resiliency, and because we've been through tough games, we've had a tough schedule, and I think they just had the confidence knowing, look, we've been here before, we've done this before, and we can just keep fighting back, and it ended up going in our favor.
Well, I think you definitely made life difficult for North St. Pete, threw a lot of different defensive looks at them in that game. And is that something that you would expect to do moving forward against the rest of this region?
That's one of the blessings of our team. One of the good things about our team is we have length, we have size, we have quickness, we have speed. And so there are moments when I have lineups out there that are better in a defense than maybe another defense. And so I will do that. I will throw a different defense out there to get more pressure, to do whatever I need to do to get the ball back. And my kids have been responding, and they've been able to do what I want them to do, which has been really nice.
I guess if we even go back a little bit further, Coach, just right after Christmas, and the Hudson Classic is something that you and I kind of talked about ahead of time. But it seems like since that point, you guys have turned the corner. And I think offensively in particular, as you mentioned, you're averaging 75 points a game per win, where that's kind of been the magic touch for you guys. But it does seem like a different group than what we saw at the end of December.
Yeah, the Hudson Classic is always a good one to go play in, but every game at the Hodson, because we played 3 games. We played Stansbury, we played Dixie, and we had a bad quarter. And then against Stansbury, we had a bad 4.5 minutes. And then against Canyon View, we had a bad minute and a half. And that's what ended up losing us the game for those ones. But I think the kids have realized that we've just got to minimize those bad minutes and then also just weather the storm. And I think against North St. Pete and even against Union, we were able to weather those storms, and we were able to come back and get the wins, especially against San Juan and against North St. Pete. Union, we fell a little short, but I feel like we were there at the end for sure.
Again, Coach Taylor Brower joining us right now as we talk about Carbon High School basketball. Big win last night over North St. Pete, 77-59. And now, Coach, it's a quick turnaround. Do you like the fact that now you kind of have a normal schedule, right? I mean, the non-region portion of the season, you're picking up games wherever you can get them, so you don't really develop a routine, per se. You kind of have that now with region. The nice thing about our region schedule is we do have those bye weeks. And when I was told we had those bye weeks, I was like, oh, that's going to be terrible for our kids because they're going to have to, sit out an extra day, and it's going to get them out of a routine. But honestly, we had a bye last week, and I felt like it helped us. I mean, by this point in the season, it's a grind. Yeah. And so, we practiced for about an hour and a half on Friday. It wasn't a hard practice, but it was a good practice, and it allowed the kids to kind of unwind a little bit. And now we're back into it, and we'll have a bye again in 2 weeks. And these coaches that want more games during these weeks, I'm like, I actually like the buys. But yeah, it's nice to get into a routine and actually play teams that we know stuff about, that we're familiar with. Because I think my kids' confidence is definitely higher than before, because there were some teams that we played in the preseason that there was very little known, especially on the kids' side. And so it kind of hampered how we played, but I feel like we're playing better now. Well, the next opponent in Manti, and it's a big game for them as well. It's a huge game in the form of Region 13 standings in general, 2 teams that have 1 loss right now. They have a couple of players, Coach, that can really flip a game. They can turn the momentum in a hurry. Stone Mortensen is one of them. I think he's averaging 15 or 16 points per game. And then you have Carter Mason. I mean, those seem to be the 2 catalysts for this team in Manti. Have you noticed that when watching them? For sure. The one thing with Stone is he is a ISO guy, and he's strong. So his favorite move is a crossover. So he'll cross you over one way and then come back the other way to try to get an advantage. And then he'll go to the hoop, and it's a strong drive. And that's where he gets most of his points. He's not a terrible shooter either. So I'm really hoping that we can just keep him moving. He doesn't shoot a lot of shots off the dribble, and most of the time they're not great shots. So I'm hoping that we can force him doing that. But he's a strong kid, and you've got to respect his game. I mean, he is an all-state football player, so you've got to respect that physicality too. I also felt like the Will Barton kid, as senior, is maybe a little bit overlooked on this team because Mason and Mortensen are scoring at such high volumes. I was actually really impressed with Barton against Emory. I thought he played great basketball. Yeah, I think he's the dark horse of this group. I think he's always been there. He's always been a very solid role player because, Carter Mason's been the scorer for a long time. Stone Mortensen has stepped up this year. And Carter's hard to guard because he's so quick and he's small, but he's a good shooter, so you can't give him space. And because he's small, he finishes around the hoop really well.
And so he's hard to guard, but I think Will Barton's that one kid that he's just moving and he gets open shots when he can, and he'll knock him down if you let him set his feet and shoot it for sure.
What's the biggest difference at playing Manti at home rather than on the road? Because it's a small gym, it's compact. Seems like everyone's right on top of the floor, right? But they've had so much success in that home floor over the last 10 to 15 years. What's the biggest difference in playing a team like this at home compared to on the road?
Just energy. I feel like our kids' energy is better when we're at home. I feel like they're a little more at ease. I think my kids, every time we go somewhere, they're a little nervous because of the home environment, which is a good thing for the opposing team. But I think because my kids are more at ease at our place, I think it helps with their game planning, with their sleep the night before. And playing Manti is always going to be hard. I don't think you're ever going to be able to count Manti as a down team. Even though their records not the greatest, they can still come back and win. And they've got the guts, they've got the drive, the grit to make any game a game if they want to. So
pedigree, right?
Yeah, it's the pedigree. It's what Devin put in 10 years ago, and it's been that way ever since. And so tomorrow's going to be tough. I told my kids, I said, even though the record doesn't show it, they've beat some hard teams, and so we can't just. I mean, they've beat Delta, they beat Juab, and those teams beat us. So we've got to just realize, hey, like we just got to play our game and make sure that we control them. One of the things that they are not doing as much this year is they're not running as much. They're not running at the rim as much. And I don't know if that's because they just don't have the horses that they have in the past, but I'm hoping that maybe we can take advantage of that and hopefully run more than they can.
Let's end with this, Coach. Knowing that you had a game Wednesday, you got a game on Friday, what does Thursday practices look like during that stretch?
Right now, Thursday practices, usually our Monday practices are we try to work on specific things that we did bad the week before, and so we work on that. But Tuesday, like yesterday, Tuesday was a game planning day. Today is a game planning day, so we're going to be game planning for Manti. We're going to go over some of their sets, some of the stuff they run. We're going to work on slowing them down because that's what they're good at, and we're just going to game plan and run through some of our stuff that we need work on, and hopefully it works out for tomorrow.
Coach, I always look forward to the conversations. Thank you again for making time, and best of luck as you guys take the court tomorrow night against the Templars.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck. Because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
Looking for financial solutions? At Cache Valley Bank, they're here to help. Whether you need commercial loans, mortgages, or expert financial advising, they've got you covered. Visit them today on the corner of First West and Main Street. Cache Valley Bank, your partner in financial success.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At Air Temp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call Air Temp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Basketball on the Peak KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back. You've been listening to the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. Great interview with Coach Brower. Thanks, Jordan, for that. Let's take a look at the starting five for Manti. Number 3, the senior averaging 8 points a game, Will Barton. Number 4, the senior averaging 12 points per game, Carter Mason. Number 5, the senior averaging 14.6 points per game, Stone Mortensen. Number 10, the senior averaging 8 points per game, Kobe Rasmussen. And number 12, the senior averaging 6 points per game, Adam Thomas. That's the starting five for Manti. The starting five tonight for the Carbon Dinos. Number 2, the senior Kyler Orth, 10.4 points per game. Number 4, senior Caleb Sorensen, 3.8 points per game. Number 10, the senior, Carter Warburton, 12.6 points per game. Number 24, senior Logan Bennett, 10.5 points per game. And number 34, the senior center, averaging 10.6 points per game, Ty Mortensen. That's the starting five for both teams. Manti comes out tonight, gray uniforms with the red numbers laced in white. Dinos with their white uniforms, blue numbers. Dinos will go right to left on your radio dial. And we're about ready for the start of tonight's game. Dinos need to do what tonight here early in the ball game to get the momentum on their side. They need to do what?
Lock them down on defense, force them to shoot, and get your fast break offense going. When the Dinos operate best offensively is when the break is up and moving for them. They can establish that early and often. Sonny, I can see them going off to the races tonight against the Templars.
Rasmussen will jump against Mortensen. We're ready to go.
Now, Sonny, you look at that bench, you see the sea of red and white. Most of those players are going to be seeing some action tonight. This is a team that relies on significant depth, and they have done that throughout the entire season. Because Manti, too, they like to run. They like that fast pace. You slow that down, create your own opportunities against them. Going to set you up in some pretty favorable situations.
Coach Brower for the Carbon Dinos, he was very happy with the way the Dinos played on Wednesday night. See if they can carry that over. They win the toss, and we're underway. The Dinos with the ball. Sorensen with the basketball. Swings over the right side, goes to Warburton. Warburton now top circle, sets the offense for the Dinos. First offensive possession of the ball game. Warburton swings it over left side. Sorensen, they try to go down low to Mortensen. They do. Kick it out. Ord for three. Baseline left, no good. Rebound, Manti. Manti comes down the floor. Fast break the other way. Dinos get back. Shot in the paint, good. And Carter Mason has two. He's underway for the Templars, and they lead 2-0.
And that's what Manti does, Sonny. They get the rebound, and they immediately are off to the races. You got to run in transition with them. The Dinos were up with them for a bit, but got slowed down in the end.
Mortensen in the paint, shot from 10, good. They get the ball down to Ty Mortensen down low. We love when they do that. He gets the easy two. We're tied at 2. 3-point shot baseline left for Manti, up and no good. That shot by Rasmussen. Rebound to the Dinos, and they lose it out of bounds, and an unforced turnover for the Carbon Dinos, so Manti will have it on the baseline.
Yeah, it goes right off his fingertips, son. He just couldn't corral it inside. A tough break for Carbon. That could have been an easy run the other way, but Manti gets opportunity number 2 now.
Lob pass in the paint, good. Nice lob pass to Stone Mortensen. He gets the easy shot. So far, everybody getting good looks at the basket, and it's a 4-2 Manti lead. If you're just joining us here on 95.3 The Peak, it's Carbon Dino basketball. Carbon and Manti here from Carbon Big Region game. 4-2 the score. Dinos trail, they have the ball. Warburton on the baseline, ball knocked out of bounds. Dinos will retain possession on the baseline.
And right now, Manti running a 3-2 zone. The Dinos have an opportunity if they can find the middle of it. Pinpoint Ty somewhere in the high post. Let him get into that little mid-range zone. Put up a floater. That's where we're going to see a lot of success.
Fourth to Bennett. Off the glass, halfway down. Pops out. Rebound Manti. Become the other way. Pulling down the boards, Mortensen. Here's a fast break. Drive on the baseline. Whistle and a foul on Carbon. Free throws. Kobe Rasmussen will go to the free throw line for a chance to shoot 2. He's averaging 8 points per game and a chance for Manti to get points number 5 and 6.
Well, right now, Sonny, the offense of the Dinos is being hampered by the zone being run by Manti. And that's something I wanted to talk about a little pregame. Neither of these two teams is particularly good at the 3-ball. That's not where they make a name for themselves. They like driving in. So these are the two teams in a region where a 3-2 zone is going to create a lot of chaos for you.
Second free throw, up and good. First points for Rasmussen. Dinos with the basketball. Mortensen on the baseline. Puts up a shot, gets it to go. And Ty's got 4 points, all 4 for the Dinos, 5-4. That's how he started against North St. Pete on Wednesday night as well. Here's a 3-point shot. Manti, no good, off the back of the iron that time by Thomas. Nice save. Very nice play by Wilt Barton to throw it off the Dino player, and Manti will throw it in right in front of the Carbon bench. 6:15 left to play first quarter. Score 5-4 in favor of Manti.
That's the one problem Caleb Sorensen runs into with his aggressive hands and face defense is oftentimes he's right there if they want to go throw it off him.
Mason with the ball, takes it over the left side. Bounce pass on the baseline. That's a beautiful play to a cutting Rasmussen. He puts it up and in from the baseline left. 7-4 Manti.
Nearly threw it down, Sonny. What an elevating play.
Orth with the ball, dribbles in. Kicks it outside to Warburton. Good defense that time by Mason. Covers Warburton. Swings it to Orth for 3. High arcing shot. Good. Kyler Orth with the three, the first of the ball game, and we're tied at 7 with 5:45 and running left to play first quarter.
Well, I was just about to remark, Sonny, neither team shooting the three ball very well, but that changes it completely as Orth really unlocking his bag from beyond the arc.
Will Barton with a beautiful move, gets in the paint, lays it up and in. Both teams getting high percentage shots and good looks at the basket and taking advantage of it. 9-7 Manti. Warburton with the ball, swings it over the left side. It goes to Mortensen, back to Warburton. 3-point line, picks up his dribble, cross court to Sorensen. Back down it goes to Mortensen, bounce pass to Bennett, baseline, can't get it to go. On the reverse layup, rebound Manti, fast break the other way. Lay it up, blocked by Mortensen. It looked like Barton had an easy layup. He comes to make the play. Another good altered shot caused by Mortensen, and a whistle and a foul on the Dinos. But what a play by Ty, not giving up on the play. Saved a 2-point basket, and it remains 9-7.
And that's one of those momentum swinging plays we always like to harp on. Ty sends it flying up into the air, but Manti does a good job not giving up on the play. They get the rebound. Will Barton gets fouled, and he gets a chance at the line. Now, his NBA namesake used to play for the Denver Nuggets. Pretty solid free throw shooter, and right now living up to his namesake.
Free throw up and good. Foul is on Logan Bennett, his first. Second foul on the Carbon Dinos. Substitutions coming into the ball game for the Dinos. They'll have Bozzoni on the court now, along with Withers, Mortensen, Griffith, and Warburton. The 5 on the floor for the Carbon Dinos. 5 minutes left to play first quarter, 10-7 Manti.
I was going to say for a second, the Dinos only had 4. Carter mistakenly heads to the bench, but coach wants him out there, get something going on offense.
Second free throw by Barton, good. Barton has 4. 3 for 4 from the free throw line tonight for Manti. The Dinos yet to shoot a free throw. 11-7 the score.
And back to the 3-2 they go. It gives them a little more bump and switch action. You bump the baseline player up to guard the wing shot, and it also gives you some range on the corner defense.
Bozzoni finds Warburton over on the right baseline, and he stepped out of bounds. Nice defense that time coming over Rasmussen. Put a little bit of pressure on Carter, and he made that little pivot move and stepped out of bounds, turnover Dinos.
Yeah, he was already in a precarious position as he catches the ball. Toe-in with the line, tries to tightrope it on the pivot, just can't pull it off.
Swinging around, down low, kick it back outside for Manti. Here's a nice move in and a travel. With the basketball was Carter Mason, and he tried to find a little gap in the defense to get to the basket. There was nothing there, and they took that extra step for the turnover. Number 1 for Manti. The score remains 11-7. Manti with the lead. Dinos with the ball to Bozzoni. Right side, cross-court pass goes to Griffith on the baseline left. Swing it over to Warburton on the wing. Warburton drives in, spin move into the paint. Back outside the Bozzoni. Shot clock 20. Bozzoni drives inside, lay it up and in. Nice play by Jackson, who comes into the ball game, makes his presence known quickly. That's 11-9 Manti.
It's that little mid-air adjustment. Every time you see Jackson do that, you feel like the shot's going to be falling in.
Down in the paint. Nice play down on the low block to Rasmussen. A little turn jump shot, good. He has 5, and it's 13-9 Manti. Manti's offense looks really good here early on. Nice pass by Bozzoni down low to Griffith, whistle and a foul. That foul was caused because of the good look by Bozzoni finding Griffith on the baseline.
The thing that Manti's doing so well on the offensive side right now is that they recognize Carbon's trying to force them into 3, but they're penetrating inside nonetheless. They're forcing collapses, kickouts, and then when the defense starts going out to close out, they have an opening back underneath the basket, and they're taking advantage time and time again.
Foul was on Hudson Crane. He checked into the ball game last dead ball, picks up his first foul. Some substitutions. We'll get him here in a second. Shot up and no good by Griffith. And an offensive rebound by Bennett. Puts it up, no good, whistle and a foul. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. That offensive rebounding always important. That sends him to the free throw line. And Bennett for a chance to cut this game to a 2-point game. On the floor for the Dinos, Bozzoni, Withers, Bennett, Mortensen, Griffith. That's the 5 on the floor for the Carbon Dinos. First free throw up and good.
And he short-armed his first put-back attempt, but able to stay with the play, grabs his own miss, goes up strong, gets hacked in the process, and as a result, he ends up at the line.
Trevor Christensen checking into the ball game. Number 1 for Manti. Second free throw by Bennett is up and good as well. He has 2 in the ball game. 2 for 2 from the line as a team for the Dinos. 13-11 Manti. 3:30 left to play. Manti with the ball to Mason. Mason swings it left side. It goes to Christensen. Swing it over the right side. It goes to Barton. Barton back to Mason. Mason to Barton. Carried. Too much dribbling that time for Barton. He was trying to find some place to go. The Carbon defense has been good. Manti has been finding guys to get good looks at the basket. I think both teams are playing good defense. There's just some good passing going on, giving them some high percentage shots on both sides.
And that last possession especially was the definition of too much sugar. You're going to get a cavity. Too much dribbling leads to the turnover from Manti, but they quickly force it right back away. A good rip away by Barton.
All the way to the basket, shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to the Dinos. Mason couldn't get it to go. Here comes Bozzoni down the right side. Manti gets back on defense. Bozzoni still with it on the baseline right. Lobs it into Mortensen. High post. Kicks it outside to Bennett. Can't get the three to go. Rebound goes underneath to Bozzoni. Swing it out to Withers for three. No good off the back of the iron. The rebound Mason. Here come the Templars. 13-11. They lead. 2:33 left to play first quarter. Christensen swings it over. Here's a three-point shot down the barrel. Good. Straight down the barrel for Carter Mason. His first three. He has 5 in the ball game. 16-11 Manti. Griffith for three. Baseline right. Won't go. Saved by Bennett. Nice play, but it goes to Manti. Barton with it. Barton brings it up the floor. Past the half-court stripe. Swings it over the right side. Three-point shot. Baseline right. Good. Wide open over on the baseline right is Andrew Rowley, who checked into the ball game. He hits the three, and it's 19-11 Manti and a timeout. Carbon, that's a good timeout by Coach Brower.
Yeah, it's when you got to stop the momentum, Sonny. They are just going and wreaking havoc. What we said coming into this game has proved to be a lie so far. Manti shooting the lights out over the past minute, raining it down from three-point land. Up to that point, the Dinos were making it hard, but they found an opening they like along the perimeter. They've been taking full advantage of it.
Mortensen with 4 or 3, Bozzoni 2, Bennett 2 for the Carbon Dinos. For Manti, Rasmussen has 5, Mason 5, Barton 4, Rowley 3, Mortensen 2. Manti shot 4 free throws. They've made 3. The Dinos are both 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 2 turnovers for Manti, 3 for Carbon.
Yeah, and in terms of rebounding, Sonny, right now pretty even going between these two teams. You've got 8 for the Dinos, and you've got 5 for Manti. A lot of those coming on the offensive side for Carbon. One of the rare times we've seen lately where they are winning that offensive rebounding battle, and we've seen them rewarded for it. But Manti not giving themselves many chances to go for offensive rebounds as they're just making their shots.
19-11, Manti with the lead. Both teams with 2 fouls. 2:02 left to play first quarter. Dinos with the basketball. Bozzoni with it. Brings it past the half-court stripe. Goes around the screen set by Orth. We have a whistle. It's the shot clock. They need to reset it. Nothing moved. So they'll fix the shot clock, and the Dinos will throw it in on the side across from us with 1:56 left to play. 19-11 Manti. Good first quarter for Manti.
Yeah, they have exploded, Sonny, right now, shaping up to be a bad 2-3 minute stretch for Carbon unless they can get an answer on this possession.
Withers kicks it outside to Bozzoni. Bozzoni finds a little gap. Kicks it out to Orth, free throw line. Drives inside, lays it up and in. Nice offensive move by Kyler Orth. He has 5, 19-13.
They needed those points in the worst way, and they got him. A beautiful play by Orth. He does a good job always igniting them at the end of those poor stretches.
Down low it goes. Low block, kick it outside. 3-point shot, baseline right. This time no good by Mortensen. Rebound comes down to the Dinos. Fast break the other way. Head it goes to Orth. Orth has the ball knocked out of bounds. Dino basketball. They'll throw it in front of the Manti bench with 1:21 left to play first quarter, down 6.
Right now, Logan Bennett leading all players in rebounds. He's got 5 already in the first. He's on pace for a great night on the glass.
Warburton checked into the ball game after that timeout. Ball ripped away, jump ball. Possession error belongs to Manti. Turnover for the Carbon Dinos, number 4.
And that was a great job by Barton. He recognizes that Carter likes to swing that ball a little low as he's trying to clear space. He recognizes that, clamps down, and as a result, Manti gets the jump and the ball.
Withers, Warburton, Sorensen, Bennett, Orth. 5 on the floor for the Carbon Dinos. Manti with the basketball to Mason. Mason swings it over the left side to Mortensen. Back to Mason. Rowley on the baseline right. Nice passing for Manti down low, but the Dinos defense recovers. 3-point shot up and no good. Shot up there by Barton won't go, and then a whistle and a foul on Manti. That'll be their 3rd foul of the ball game with 50 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Checking in. Christensen back into the ball game. Coming out Mortensen for Manti.
Mortensen's the one who got called for the foul, but you can see Bennett as he walks down. He's kind of nursing that right wrist. Makes you wonder, is something bothering him because his last few shots have been a little short.
Mortensen with his first foul, team foul number 3. Warburton for 3 from the wing left. It won't go. Rebound out of bounds. It goes to Manti.
Yeah, Bennett almost grabs his sixth, but he can't keep his palms on it. Slips out, goes soaring out.
2 seconds difference, 37 game clock, 35 shot clock. With the basketball, it's Mason. Dino's defense steps back, and Mason will walk it up the floor. Warburton meets him at half. Swings it over to the right side to Barton, back to Mason. Mason stands top circle. They'll play catch. Dino's defense comes up and gets him. Barton with the basketball. Cross-court pass goes to Rowley. Back over to Mason. Top circle once again, guarded by Warburton. 13 on the game clock, 10 on the shot clock. Mason starts to make his move. 3-point line, drives in. Little jump step. Nice pass down low to the low block. Shot up. No good. Shot clock violation with 1.1 left to play, or was it a foul? Shot clock.
Well, if it wasn't a foul, the Dinos got away with them. Orth caught a lot of wrist on that last possession trying to go for it, but they will call the shot clock violation. Not much the Dinos can do besides a half-court heave, maybe run a four-vert action, get near half-court, lob the ball to one of your shooters at this point, either Warburton or Withers, see if they can make it on the run from the mid-court stripe.
2 seconds. Withers, half-court, shot from there. Off the glass, no good, and we played a quarter. 1 quarter in the books here at Carbon High School. Manti 19 and the Carbon Dinos 13 here on 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play. We'll take a break, come back, second quarter action.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a four-legged word.
Discover peace of mind with Don's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing your savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Don's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
Carbon Dino basketball continues on 95.3 The Peak.
2 threes, the difference in quarter number 1. Manti with the 6-point lead, 19-13. Dinos get the ball first. On radio, going right to left, the Dinos, and it comes to Sorensen. Sorensen to Warburton. Bennett, Mortensen, Orth in the ball game with them. Warburton with the ball on the right side. Now drives into the paint. Steps back from 15. Hands it off to Bennett. Bennett works his way in. Ball knocked away in a turnover. Nice defensive play that time by Manti. We come the other way, fast break. Dinos don't get back. They do, actually. Bennett does get back, and he gets the turnover. Good job by the Dinos. Back the other way, Sorensen, spin move. He'll lose it. So a couple of turnovers here to start the second quarter. Little chaotic to start the second quarter. Still 19-13. Wide open three from the wing right is an air ball by Barton, but it goes right to Thomas, and he gets the easy basket, 21-13. In the right place, right time. Mortensen from 10, long. Rebound, Manti. Mortensen with a rebound. Fast break the other way. Goes to Barton. Barton drives in, lays it up and in. 6 points for Barton. It's a 10-point lead.
A lot of this offense has been set up by the stealing prowess of Carter Mason. Comes into the game averaging 3 a night. He's had 2 in the past minute.
Nice play with Orth in the paint. He has 7. Orth got the ball low. Little shovel basket. Back the other way. Mortensen answers. Stone Mortensen has 4 in the ball game, 25-15. That was a quick possession for Manti. They are really picking up the tempo on the offensive side of the ball. Manti up 10. Sorensen with the basketball, free throw line. He'll take the shot long off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound Mortensen. Bounce pass to Bennett, outside to Warburton for 3, good. Warburton from the right wing. We need Carter to get going. He has 3, 25-18, 7-point game.
They needed that in the worst way, bringing it back from the double digits back to single. Only a 7-point deficit now for the Dinos to try and overcome.
Turnover for Manti. We come the other way. Fast break. Warburton takes it all the way. Lay it up and in. 5 quick points for Carter. A 3 and a layup for 2, and it's down to 5. They've cut that 10-point lead in half.
Yeah, big thanks to Carter Warburton on there. He's making all the right plays, but you also got to give credit to the little things done by Orth and Mortensen, coming up with steals and some assists to make those plays happen.
Bounce pass in the paint and travel. Got it down low to Mortensen, but the defense for the Carbon Dinos put him in a position where he didn't know what to do, and he travels, and the Dinos get the ball. Chance to cut it to a one-possession game, 25-20, 5:43 left to play in the first quarter. Warburton, Bozzoni, Withers, Mortensen, Bennett on the floor for the Dinos.
And Manti's fatal flaw so far this game has been those ticky-tack violations, the travels, the carries, things that you get a little too excited. You're going to start committing those violations. That's been the only thing that's really slowed them down tonight.
Jackson Thompson checks into the ball game for the first time for Manti. Turnover for the Dinos. It goes off the hands of Warburton on the pass. And we'll go the other way for Manti. 25-20, they lead by 5, have the ball here at Carbon High School.
Play was misdirected by Stone Mortensen, using those football skills, able to redirect the ball, tipping it out like a defensive back. You can see why he was an all-state member on the field.
Rowley, 3-point line. Plays catch with Mason. Mason steps back, guarded by Warburton, goes around him, finds a gap in the paint, puts it up and in. Mason has 7. Nice play by Carter Mason, 27-20. Bozzoni with it, swings it over to Bennett. Back to Bozzoni, knocked away. Bennett gets it back. Between the circles, down low it goes to Mortensen. Beautiful pass to Bozzoni, but the reverse layup won't go, and the rebound comes down to Rasmussen for Manti. They bring it down the floor. Set the offense with the basketball over on the left side. It's Mason. Picked up by Warburton. Bounce pass down low in the paint. Goes to Mortensen. Back outside to Mason. Knocked away in a turnover. Dinos come the other way. Fast break. Ahead to Bozzoni. He saves it to Warburton, who has a reverse layup. I'm not sure if he knew Carter was there, but when he saved it, he put it right in front of the basket where it needed to be. Carter was there. He gets the easy 2. 27-22.
You got the fans on their feet. The best impact you could have right now. The crowd was feeling a little dead, but that play by Bozzoni and Warburton really gets the energy back here in Jurassic Park.
Knocked out of bounds by the Dinos. Manti will have the basketball. Checking into the ball game, number 12, Adam Thomas. Also checking in is Barton. Coming out of the ball game will be Rasmussen and Mortensen. For Manti, they lead by 5. They have the ball on the baseline underneath their own basket. 4:11 left to play first half. 27-22 turnover. Fast break the other way. Warburton's going to take it the length of the floor, and he'll lay it up and in. And Carter has a 9 quick points.
Yeah, 9 points. He's leading this comeback. Yeah, 9-0 run individually. So he has been electric. A 9-2 run, excuse me.
27-24. Rowley with it. Ball knocked away, another turnover. Manti in turnover mode. Ahead to Warburton, scores again. Carter is ahead of the defense. Timeout, Manti. And the Dinos are down to 1. 27-26. Manti with the 1-point lead. Well, the Dinos are getting turnovers, and Carter is getting ahead of the Manti defense. He's getting easy looks at the basket.
That he is, Sonny, and he has been electric all night long, especially through that last little stretch. What's happening with Manti right now is they're starting to tap more and more into those reserves. They're trying to give the likes of Barton, Mason, and Mortensen a little bit of a break, but when they do, the wheels have fallen off the wagon. Trouble is brewing, so you're going to see him throw back in quickly. Mason, Mortensen, Barton. That's how the Emory game went for him. Emory got up big early on in that one, to their credit, but Manti would start making a comeback, but then they'd send to the bench Mortensen, Mason, and then the wheels would fall off yet again. If you want to win in your Manti, those two need to be on the floor.
Christensen will throw the ball in. For Manti, they're up 1. It comes to Barton. He'll bring it up the floor. Swings it over to the right side. This is Christensen. Down on the baseline. Move on the baseline. What do we got? We got a blocking foul called on Bennett. And to the free throw line to shoot two will be Kobe Rasmussen.
And it's a tough call to make, as always, Sonny, the charge. A tough one to make. Coach Brower wanted an explanation right now. It looked from our angle that Bennett had his feet set, but obviously it's still a little bit in motion.
Free throw up and no good. You know, we say all the time, toughest call to make in basketball, the charge and the block.
We also say ball don't lie as he misses his first. Rasmussen unable to capitalize on the opportunity. Still a 1-point game.
Bennett out, Griffith in for the Dinos. Warburton will come out of the ball game as well. Griffith, Orth, Withers, Mortensen, Bizzoni. The 5 on the floor. Both free throws no good, and the rebound comes down to Mortensen. Ahead to Bizzoni. Bizzoni to Withers on the left side. Back to Bizzoni. Tip of the key. Now steps back. Swings it over to Griffith right side. Baseline down low. It goes to Mortensen on the low block. Back outside to Griffith. Back to Mortensen from 15. Shot long. He gets his own rebound. Puts it up in the paint. And gets it to go. Mortensen has 6. The ball bounced around on the rim. It goes in. The offensive rebound gets you points. Dinos have the lead, 28-27. Quite a run for Carbon.
Yeah, no, from down 10 to up 1, the Dinos have been electric, and a steal for Withers.
Bounce pass ahead. Shot up and in. It was blocked. It doesn't matter. Bizzoni gets it to go. He has 4, and the Dinos up 3.
You give the points to Mortensen, Sonny. He blocked that ball in.
Down low it goes. Shot blocked by Mortensen. The momentum has changed as Thomas tried to get the easy 2. The other way we come, it's Withers with the ball on the baseline. Bounce pass underneath. Orth shot no good. Gets his own rebound up. Won't go again. And the rebound comes down to Thomas. Couple of good looks, but there was a lot of bodies in there, but makes that shot tougher than it looks. 3-point shot, baseline right. It won't go. By Rasmussen, the rebound comes down to the Dinos. Down the floor on the left side comes Withers. Cross-court pass to Bizzoni on the right side. Picks up his dribble on the wing. Back to Withers. Left wing 3. No. Rebound Manti. Whistle and a foul. Foul on Manti.
And that's what I love about watching Case Griffith play, Sonny. He may not be the one doing the bulk of the scoring, but he does everything else so well. He defends, he crashes the board. He's not afraid to lay his body on the line, as we saw right there. He's so energetic, and he's a pivotal piece off the bench for the Dinos.
Mason and Crane come in for Manti. Warburton and Curtis coming in for the Carbon Dinos. So we got 2:03 left to play in the first half. Both teams with 1 foul. Carbon 30, Manti 27. And it comes to Curtis. Curtis gives it to Warburton, to Withers. Withers drives in the paint, bounce pass to Orth, layup good. Reverse laid up by Orth. Nice look by Withers. He gets the assist. Dinos up 5. Their biggest lead of the game with 1:49 left to play in the half. Drive inside, shot up, no good. By Rasmussen, gets his own rebound. 3-point shot from the left wing. No good by Thomas, out of bounds, Dinos ball. Man, the momentum has completely changed to Carbon. All of a sudden, it seems like Manti's offense in a little bit of a rut.
And you got to give credit where credit is due. Their defense has still been trying, but sometimes you're going to 3-stooge your way into a few points, as we saw as Mortensen blocks the shot into the basket for Carbon. That was one of those moments where it saw that this was a run, where not only Manti were they not going to fall for Manti, things that they were doing right were going to turn wrong.
Kick it outside. It goes to Withers. Withers over to Warburton. Fakes to 3 and travel. He faked the 3. I guess he slid that pivot foot. I couldn't see. Turnover for the Carbon Dinos. Turnover number 8 was down in the corner. And the Dinos turned the ball over with 1:21 left to play in the first half. They lead by 5.
That's something we see with Carter sometimes. He gets a little bit ahead of himself. He doesn't get the ball on the floor in time, gets whistled for the travel. That's the one nitpick you can really make about his game, especially when he has the ball in his hands.
Ball down low, goes to Mortensen. Fall away shot, rims halfway down and comes out. Offensive rebound belongs to Rasmussen on the ground. Gives it over to Mason. Whistle and a foul on the Dinos with 59 seconds left to play in the first half. And the Dinos up 5. Team foul number 2 for Carbon. We'll see where the foul was on. Not quite sure.
This has been a very cleanly played game, Sonny. Limited fouls for both sides. Normally, at some point, we're saying this foul situation is going to come into effect right now. Really not expected to over the next 58 seconds.
Foul on Warburton, his first. With the basketball to Mason. Down low it goes. Perimeter passing, they kick it back outside. Mason with it, will take the 3. No good. Rebound, that's going to be over the back and an offensive foul by Adam Thomas. Team foul number 2
And going back to my point about Case Griffith, the bench unit for the Dinos does that so well. They're scrappy. They're gritty. They're not going to let you do anything. They're trying to prove that they belong here on this level. They play with a chip on their shoulder, and it provides a lot of inspiration for the next generation of Dinos.
Thomas gets his second foul. Warburton with the ball in the paint. Spin move. Shot, no good, whistle, and the foul. He worked his way in, found himself about 5 feet from the basket, made a nice little move, and he will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 32 seconds left to play. Foul is on Thompson, his first. Team foul number 3 on Manti. The free throw line goes Carter Warburton. He has 11 here in the first half. Chance to make it 12 and 13. First free throw is up and no good.
Well, not just 11 here in the first half, 11 in the second quarter. He was instrumental in bringing them back from the double-digit deficit they found themselves in the first 2 minutes of this frame. Since then, the Dinos have been in control.
Second free throw up and good for Carter. He has 12. So 1 for 2 from the line that time. Shot clock off. Game clock says 25. 33-27. Dinos with the lead. With the basketball to Mason. Top circle picked up by Warburton.
And Warburton wants to pressure him into movement immediately. He doesn't want to watch that clock tick down. He wants the Dinos to have a chance at the last shot. So he's providing pressure early on into the possession to try and buy that.
Mason continues to dribble. There's a whistle and a foul on the ground. That's okay, though. That's only team foul number 3 on the Dinos. So that foul is fine. With 7 seconds left to play in the half, Manti will throw it in on the side. That foul's on Griffith, his first. In it comes. Goes to Mason. Mason finds a little gap, and then he gets out of control and loses it out of bounds in a turnover. So the Dinos, with 3 seconds left, actually have enough time to get down here and get a decent look. Then it comes to Withers. Curtis Orth will take a half-court shot off the glass. No good. We played a half.
And I think, Sonny, on that last possession from Manti, there were several missed calls. I think he got hit 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like you're running through one of those running back dummy drills as the arms hit you, trying to force the fumble. That's what the Downs looked like. If we saw that tenacity on the football field, we'd see a lot more turnovers forced by Carbon. But instead, they break it out on the hardwood. No whistle from the officials, and Carbon gets to go in with the 33-27 lead at the half.
Yeah, 19-13 after 1. The Dinos outscoring Manti in the second quarter, 20-8. It's 33-27 here at the half. We'll take a break. When we come back, it'll be time for the Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show. Carbon Dino Basketball, 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
Step inside the brand new designer home interior showroom on Main Street in Spanish Fork. Everything you need in one place. Hardwoods, LVP, carpet, cabinets, countertops, window coverings, furniture, rugs, and accessories. They carry all the major brands you know and trust. Plus, with professional designers on staff, you'll get the experts to bring your vision to life. Visit dhifloors.com today and request a quote. Designer Home Interiors, where design and style come together under one roof.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Why can't I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jill Jensen in Price today.
You see your friends with their new travel trailers, four-wheelers, and side-by-sides.
They're living the dream, right? Well, it doesn't just have to be a dream. You can start living that same dream life today by starting your new career with GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance. GMS is hiring mechanics, electricians, fabricators, experienced and inexperienced miners. They offer high starting wages, benefits, a 401k, and vacation pay. Local jobs are available. Apply today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. The dream can be yours with GMS Mine Repair.
We're not going out on a limb when we say,
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen. Fantastic food, fun atmosphere. Known for their made-from-scratch pizzas, Juniper has the very best pastas, burgers, salads, wraps, pogies, paninis, appetizers, loaded sodas, desserts, vegan and vegetarian options. Dine in for lunch or dinner, Tuesday through Friday, 11 till 8. Saturdays, noon till 8. Order online at juniperkitchenutah.com with DoorDash delivery. Stop beating around the bush for a great meal.
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen and Price.
The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
Welcome to the Carbon Dinos Halftime Report, brought to you by Castle Valley Orthodontics. Call 637-2222 and schedule your free consultation for a smile that will last a lifetime.
It's halftime here at Carbon High School. Welcome to the Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show. 33-27, the Dinos with the lead over Manti, trying to go to 2-1 in region play. Manti trying to go to 2-1 as well in region play. We have another region game going on at our sister station, KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM. Jordan and Travis are down at Emory High School tonight. Emory battling North St. Pete. We have a score down there.
Well, it's not the prettiest game, son. I'd much rather be here at Jurassic Park. Emory up at the half, 40-15 over North St. Pete. Looks like Emory was a little upset by that loss to Union. They came back with a vengeance, and those poor North St. Pete Hogs are the ones bearing the brunt of it.
If that score stays that way, Emory will go to 2-1. The winner of this game will go to 2-1. Union with the night off sits at 3-0. North St. Pete, if it stays that way, they'll drop to 0-4 in region play. Let's take a look at some scoring here in the first half. During the Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show, leading the way for the Manti Templars is Carter Mason. He has 6 points in the ball game. 7 points in the ball game. Will Barton with 6. Then we have Kobe Rasmussen with 5, Mortensen with 4, Rowley with 3, and Thomas with 2. For Manti for a total of 27 points in the first half.
And Carter Mason's been doing more than just scoring for Manti. He's tied for first on the team in rebounds with 3. He also has 2 steals to his name. Again, averaging 3 on the season. He's got more than half of that in the first half of action. Kobe Rasmussen pulls down 3 rebounds. As a team, they've pulled down 10 boards, come up with 4 steals, but no one has been able to block a shot just yet. The closest chance they had, Sonny, ended up slamming it down for the opposing team.
4 for 6 from the free throw line for Manti. They have 11 turnovers in the first half. Take a look at the Carbon Dinos leading the way. Carter Warburton, 12 points, and I believe all 12 of those points came in the second quarter.
Yes, they did. He was electric in that frame, Sonny.
Yeah, he was getting ahead of the defense. They were getting the turnovers, as you see. I mean, as we told you, Manti with 11 turnovers. Dinos were getting the turnovers. Warburton was getting ahead of the defense, and he was getting some good shots. Hit a 3 in the middle of all that stuff. 12 points in the first half for Carter Warburton. Then comes Kyler Orth with 9. He had a good first half as well. Down low in the paint doing work.
Yes, he was, and that's been a theme for the Dinos. They're doing the dirty work tonight. You look at offensive rebounds, Sonny. The Dinos have pulled down a plethora of them, being able to get those second chance opportunities, buy themselves chances in the line, if not getting the straight up put back. As a team, they've pulled down 13.
Yeah. Ty Mortensen with 6 points tonight. Jackson Bozzoni with 4, and Logan Bennett with 2. His 2 points coming from the free throw line. Ty Mortensen with 6 points, but he's doing a lot on the other side of the floor like he always does every night.
Mortensen and Bennett right now both tied for leading the team and the game in rebounds, both with 5 right now. That was impressive. Bennett pulled down 5 in the first frame, was held a bit quieter in the second, but he was on fire on the glass. You look at some of those other non-scoring stats, Sonny. 6 steals for the Dinos, setting up breaks mainly to the likes of Carter Warburton being on the capitalizing end of that, but Ty has continued his normal blocking excellent. He's up to 2 on the night.
Now, free throw-wise, the Dinos 3 for 4. Something I noticed here at halftime. Last night, Wednesday night, the Dinos only shot 2 free throws in the first half. Tonight, only 4. So they've shot 6 free throws in the first half of their last 2 games combined. Now, Wednesday night, they shot a lot more free throws in the second half. Not going to the free throw line a lot in the first half tonight, and they didn't on Wednesday night either. 3 for 4 and 8 turnovers in the first half for the Carbon Dinos.
Well, you look at the differential in this game in free throws between these two teams. Carbon 3 of 4, Manti 4 of 6. That's an evenly called game.
Yes.
They're just not calling much, so they're letting it be a more physical affair tonight. And, you know, as long as it's going both ways, as it has, this officiating crew has done an excellent job. I think that's a good way to play the game. It comes down to, and we always talk about it, adapting to the style that the officials test them down low. Are they going to whistle 3 seconds? How much contact are you going to get allowed with? Can you get away with a little bump, or is it going to be touch foul calls all night long? As of right now, both teams have tried that out, and they've realized you can play a little more aggressive tonight, and that plays in favor of the Dinos.
Got the Carbon Band here tonight. Great atmosphere here at Carbon High School. 33-27 as we get ready for the start of the second half. You've been listening to the Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show. On the floor for the Carbon Dinos will be Orth, Sorensen, Mortensen, Bennett, Warburton. 5 on the floor for the Carbon Dinos.
And that pep band for the Dinos is one of my favorite things about region play. That's what I'm looking forward to most over these next 4 games. Is they're just spectacular. You can see why they are always in the running and the conversation for state championships in marching band when they get to break out those pep tunes.
Barton, Mason, Mortensen, Rasmussen, Thomas on the floor for the Manti Templars, and we're ready to go here in second half action. Manti gets the ball first. They go right to left to start the second half, and we're underway. Mortensen with the ball, gives it off to Barton. Here's a 3-point shot, baseline right, good. Good way to start the second half for Manti. Kobe Rasmussen gets the 3 from the right baseline. 33-30, Dinos up 3.
After following ice cold midway through the second, getting a hot start in the third, pretty good sign for the Templars.
Pass down low to Orth, off the glass, can't get it to go. Rebound Mortensen. We come the other way. Ahead it goes to Barton. Barton on the right side. Down in the paint, out of bounds. With the basketball was Mason. He tried to get the ball down to Thomas. He had a good idea, but just couldn't get it to him. Out of bounds. Turnover number 12 for Manti with 7:24 left to play third quarter. Dinos up 3.
It was a split-second decision that he had to try and make. Had the right idea, like you said, but pass goes too low, especially compared to the much taller Adam Thomas.
Sorensen swings it over the right side, goes to Bennett. Bennett down low to Orth. Then it goes to Mortensen on the baseline. Back to Bennett. Nice block. Bennett gets it back and puts it up and in. Nice block by Rasmussen, but Bennett gets the ball back. He puts it up and in. He has 4. 35-30. Back down the other way quickly. Shot in the paint by Stone Mortensen is good, and I have a feeling we're going to see more of Mortensen here in the second half. 35-32 Dinos.
He's going to need to take over if he wants to keep the Templars in. He was a bit of a missing piece for him in that second quarter especially.
Averaging 14 a game. That's 6 right now. Bennett will throw it in on the baseline for the Carbon Dinos. It's knocked out off Manti. And it comes to Mortensen. Holds the ball in the high block. Now he works his way in the paint. Hand off to Warburton. Double team. Back to Mortensen. Finds a little gap. Uses the glass. Halfway down. No good. And the rebound comes down to Mason. Mason ahead to Barton, out of bounds off the Dinos, and the ball will stay with Manti. They'll throw it in on the side across from us with 6:33 left third quarter. Carbon up 35-32. Neither team with a foul here yet in the third.
And the Dinos playing offensively a little too unselfish right now. You want to see a little more greed from them. They're passing up good looks to try and find an open teammate, and that's good in certain situations, but when you're under the basket, you want to see them take the shot.
Mason swings it over. Three-point shot. Good. Kobe Rasmussen with 2 threes here in the second half, and we're tied at 35 and then knocked out by Kobe. So Kobe having a great third quarter early on here. He hits a couple of threes from that right baseline. This game is tied.
And he gets the deflection on the opposite end. He's embodying the 3-and-D role and mentality that coaches love to see in their sharpshooters.
And it comes to Bozzoni. Bozzoni swings it over the Warburton baseline left. Down the low block, it goes to Mortensen. We'll swing it around. Bozzoni to Orth. Off the glass and in. Nice pass by Bozzoni. Orth made a nice cut to the basket. Gets the easy two. 37-35 Dinos. Mason with the basketball. Finds a little gap. Kicks it outside. Here's another three. Good again! And Kobe Rasmussen has 3 threes here in the third quarter. 14, and Manti leads by 1.
Leads all scorers with those 14. The Dinos need to get out on him. They're leaving them too wide open. Worked in the first half. Now, not as effective as he has caught in fire, and he gets the ball in his hands right away.
Turnover for the Dinos. Back the other way. Strong move of the basket. Shot up by Mason. No good. Rebound Dinos. Bennett ahead to Bozzoni. Bozzoni in the paint. Kicks it outside Warburton. Back to Bozzoni on the baseline. Right side. Bounce pass to Mortensen. Will go into the backcourt. Does Manti pick it up? They give it ahead. Lay it up and in. What a play by Mortensen. Ahead to Barton. He has 8. Manti comes out in the third quarter on fire. 40-37.
Definitely a bit of a travel. Had possession of the ball, slid a few feet, but officials decide not to call it. They get a nice fancy finish as a result.
Bozzoni gives it to Warburton between the circles. Now tip of the key. He'll hold. Gives it to the high block. Mortensen kicks it to Orth. 3-point shot, wing left. No good. Rebound Manti. Whistle and a foul. We're going to call it over the back foul on Will Barton. That'll be the team foul number 1 here in the third quarter.
And they're banging down low. He wants that rebound. He's trying to get the arm, trying to get the extension off of Bennett, but gets too far out, gets the push-off whistled against him.
Crane and Rowley into the ball game. Personal foul number 1 on Barton. Dinos with the basketball. Warburton will take the 3. It's blocked out of bounds. He had the 3 from the baseline, and coming over to make the block, Stone Mortensen. The Dinos will have the ball underneath their own basket. Orth comes out. Withers comes in.
Now the question is, will they be able to thrive offensively without the creation of Mason on the floor? That was the problem in the second quarter. The Dinos have a chance to take advantage of it again.
Warburton with the ball, moves into the paint. Spin move off the glass, won't go. Rebound, Carbon. Withers gets it, gives it to Bozzoni. Kicks it outside to Warburton. 3-point line now, drives inside. Kicks it out to Withers, wide open 3. Nobody anywhere around him, and you cannot leave Cash Withers open like that. He hits the 3, we're tied at 40. Back the other way, strong move of the basket, whistle and a foul. Stone Mortensen will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And Mortensen is just so strong when he takes it up, challenging the taller Mortensen from the Carbon side and Ty. He battles his way up there, gets hacked in the process. That's the first foul whistled against Ty in this game. Last few games we've seen him get in foul trouble, but today hasn't been the case. He's able to just keep himself in.
Free throw good. 5 for 7 from the free throw line tonight as a team for Manti. Checking out of the ball game is Kobe Rasmussen. On fire here in the third quarter. They'll give him a little rest. Second free throw up, and it is good as well. 8 points in the ball game for Mortensen. 42-40 Manti lead. Carbon with the ball. Withers thought about the 3, drives inside. Ball knocked away in a turnover. Turnover number 10 for the Carbon Dinos. Fast break the other way. Knocked out by Griffith. Nice defense. Getting back. Knocked the ball out of Mortensen's hand as he goes in for a layup, and Manti will have the ball on the baseline.
I don't think he was going for the layup, Sonny. He had intentions to throw that down, so Griffith, with the good reaction, saves himself not only the points, but also the pain of being put on a poster.
Crane with the lob pass on the inbounds to Mortensen right in front of the basket, puts it up and in. 44-40 Manti coming out in the third quarter and having a good start. Dinos with the ball, swing it over to Bennett. Bennett back to Bozzoni. Tip of the key. Finds Griffith underneath. Hands it off to Mortensen from 10. Good. Rye has 8.
Right now they're letting Mortensen camp in the paint, and as long as they're letting him do that, I think they should keep going at it. It's a good strategy.
44-42. Manti up 2. 3:20 left to play here in the third. Mortensen swings it over to the left side. Crane on the baseline. Back out it goes to Thomas. Thomas back to Mortensen. Takes the 3 down the barrel. Good. And Manti has come out in the third quarter, and they're shooting the ball very well. 47-42.
Yeah, is that the Manti Templars or the Golden State Warriors down there, Sonny? They are taking every advantage of the arc.
Back down underneath the other way. Basket for the Dinos. It's Griffith. It's his first 2 of the game.
It was a great job by Ty with the over-the-head, behind-the-back pass. Finds Griffith, sets him up for the reverse.
47-44. 4 threes in the quarter for Manti. Here's another one. Good. From the left wing. Rowley hits the 3. Make it 5 in the quarter for Manti. They're up 6, 50-44. 2:30 left to play. Bozzoni, free throw line. Swings it over to Griffith on the baseline right. Bounce pass down low. Mortensen on the low block. He'll swing it over Bennett for 3. Baseline left, no good. Whistle and a foul. 3 free throws for Logan Bennett.
And they're
foul on Hudson Crane.
Yeah, he catches him with the elbow, extends as he's trying to get the shot off. So Logan gets to go to the line. On the season, Sonny, he shoots 70%. So a good shooter from the stripe, about where you want to see that percentage fall. Second foul whistled against Hudson Crane. The Dinos, I was going to say, if they weren't able to come up with points on that possession, they need a timeout, especially to calm the momentum.
Free throw good by Logan. 50-45. Dinos are 4 for 5 from the free throw line tonight. 1 more to come. Halftime score was 33-27 Carbon. It's now 50-45 Manti. Second free throw good and 1 more. Bennett with 6. He's had 4 of his 6 points from the free throw line.
They send the likes of Stone, Mortensen, and Hudson Crane to the bench, Sonny. The Dinos, if they can get away from the athleticism of Mortensen, that's when they found a lot of success, was when he's been on the bench.
Free throw good. Makes all 3. He has 7, 50-47. So Manti takes the 2 out to give them a 2-minute rest and a break between third and fourth quarter, I think is what they're doing here. Full court pressure being applied by the Dinos. The ball's knocked away, stolen. Bozzoni lays it up and in. Griffith with the steal. Bozzoni with the layup. He has 6. It's back down to 1. Fast break the other way. Laid up, no good. Mortensen made him change the shot. That was Rowley on the shot. Here comes the Dinos the other way with a chance to take the lead back. Trailing by 1. Withers for 3. Short off the front of the rim. Deep 3 doesn't go. And the rebound comes down to Thomas. Mason with the ball. Looks over in the corner. With it, it's Barton. Ball knocked away in a turnover. Dinos come the other way. Fast break. Ahead it goes to Griffith. Hands it off to Withers. Withers off to Bozzoni. In the paint. Spin move. Gives it back to Orth baseline. Cross court pass to Griffith. Griffith fakes the 3. Drives in. Off the glass. No good. Offensive rebound. Good. He followed his own shot. And Griffith has 4. And a timeout, Manti, with 1:23 left to play. And the Dinos get the lead back, 51-50. We got a good one going here, Aiden.
Now, we always call basketball a game of runs, and some games don't live up to that. But my goodness, this game has seen both teams fighting back from large deficits, getting back in it, taking the lead, losing the lead, up, down, left, right, everywhere we go, Sonny. This is an entertaining game, and we're due for an entertaining final. About 10 minutes of this contest.
5 threes in the third quarter for Manti. Gave them the lead. They were up 5, but the Dinos with 6 quick points, and Carbon has that 1-point lead back.
And it's the full court pressure that's been doing it, creating fits for Manti. They just haven't been able to break it. They came in, looked like they had a game plan, but it quickly fell apart once reality hit them. Good job by Case Griffith. He's been instrumental in this, whether it be getting steals, rebounds, finishing at the rim. He's done it all for them.
I mean, Manti's last game, they lost to Richfield 62-57. They were ahead in that game. And in the fourth quarter, Richfield made a run. Richfield high ranked in the RPI. I mean, Manti's playing good basketball. That 5-point loss to Richfield, nothing to hang your head about.
Oh, no. Carbon had a 7-point loss to Richfield. So that's one of the, again, in the RPI, a top 2 team in the state. Yep. That's a loss you don't need to be too upset about. But you got to look at the number 1 team who Manti faced in Morgan. Lost that game by about 40.
Last time we checked, Emory up big against North St. Pete. So the winner of this game most likely will be 2-1 like Emory. Union 3-0 with the night off. Here's a drive on the baseline. The shot up, no good. It's blocked. Blocked by Mortensen. Here come the Dinos the other way. Minute 8 left to play for third quarter. Whistle and a foul.
Excellent execution on the run. Ty picks up his third block on that last possession, matching his normal season average. The kid's a machine.
Orth with the ball. Swings it outside. Withers for 3. Halfway down, no good. Bounces out, and the rebound comes down to Barton. Whistle and a foul on Carbon. It's going to be on Orth.
I don't see how that's called against Orth and not Rasmussen. Rasmussen drops the shoulder like a running back, planting into a linebacker, launches Orth to the ground, but in that blur of red and blue, the blue is the more obvious color.
Mason gives the ball ahead to Barton. Nice pass down underneath, put it up and in. Barton to Mortensen. Mortensen point blank, high percentage shot, 52-51. The Dinos off. Manti and Carbon will keep possession. They'll throw it in on the side in front of their bench with 42 seconds left to play. Shot clock says 31. Here in the third quarter, Manti up 52-51. Pizzoni with the ball. Picks up his dribble. Bounce pass goes to Griffith low. Spin move. Nice defense that time by Rasmussen. Fast break the other way. Lay it up. No good. Follow. Blocked by Mortensen. Manti gets it back again. Shot up in the paint, no good. Rebound comes down to Thomas. Shot up, no good. Thomas with another rebound, then Mortensen gets it, and Mortensen had everything to do with Manti not scoring, but Manti gets the ball back, lay it up and in. They don't quit on the other side. That's a great play.
Yeah, it's one of the few times this game, Sonny, where we've seen Manti actually try and go for those offensive boards. Normally been lackadaisical in that department. And with plays like that, you don't see why they go with that, because they're so effective at crashing the board that they are able to really continue to secure points.
Rasmussen gets the basket. He gets the three-point play. Well, there's some good play going on both sides. What hustle by both teams. There's a three-point shot. Withers, no. Rebound, no good, and that's how the third quarter ends. Manti, 55, the Carbon Dinos 51 as we go into the fourth quarter, and these both teams, Aiden, playing their hearts out.
That they are, Sonny. It's in for a fantastic finish here.
We'll take a break. When we come back, fourth quarter action. Dinos down 4 as we go into the fourth quarter.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
In the heart of Carbon and Emery counties, Quick Realty is here to help you make the right move. Experience the future of home buying with our Matterport 3D tours, giving you an immersive look at your potential home from anywhere. Meet our dedicated team of local professionals, just real people who care, walking you through every step of the way. As a Zillow Premier and Realtor.com specialist, Quick Realty is your trusted expert, handling everything from residential, commercial, and mountain properties to property management. Your dream home is just a call away. Let Quick Realty help you find it.
Carbon Dino basketball continues on 95.3 The Peak.
Quarter number 1 went to Manti. Quarter number 2 went to Carbon. Quarter number 3 to Manti. Manti leads 55-51. Here we go, fourth quarter. Sorensen with the ball, gives it to Orth on the baseline. Bounce pass to Warburton in the paint, lay it up and in. Nice passing that time by the Carbon Dinos, and Carter finishes it off, 55-53. And a turnover for Manti down on the other side. Open underneath was Rasmussen. That pass would have been hard to handle. That was a sharp pass, close range.
A little zing on it.
Yeah.
You could feel it from up here as it made contact with the hand, heard the slap. Not going to be catching that one unless you're wearing some wide receiver gloves.
7:35 and running left to play, 55-53. Manti with the lead. Carbon with the ball, Sorensen with it. To Warburton. 3-point line now, dribbles in. Traveled. Slid that pivot foot just a tad bit. Turnover number 11 for the Carbon Dinos, and Manti gets it back.
And it's always hard to see that. He had a wide open lane, but he picks up his dribble, gets a little too caught up in his own head, results in the turnover for the Dinos. Still down 55-53 with 7:15 and counting.
28-18 third quarter for Manti is what got them the lead back. 55-53. Here's a beautiful pass down underneath. A nice pass from Mason to Thomas, and he gets the easy two. 57-53 Manti. Sorensen with the ball on the left side. Gives it to Warburton. Swings it right side to Orth. Orth drives in. Ball knocked away. Controlled by Manti, and then he traveled. For both teams with the turnover.
And Caleb Sorensen doing what he does best. He gets in the face of the player with the ball, and he antagonizes him. He is, if you were to be playing basketball against him, you'd probably want to throw a punch. And you can see that reaction on most people's faces. He's just so good at what he does.
Warburton with the ball, three-point line. Kicks it outside Sorensen. Here's a nice lob pass down underneath the Orth. Knocked out of bounds. Whistle and a foul on the ground.
And it feels like every great team, Sonny, needs an antagonizer. Someone who your fans are going to love and the opposing team fans really aren't going to like to see. And Caleb Sorensen fills that role so well. He shoots, he rebounds, he plays excellent defense.
Mason with the foul, his second. Team foul number 1. Mortensen in the paint. Shot up, no good. Gets his own rebound. Hands it off to Orth in the paint. No good. Ball bounces around, out of bounds. Dino basketball on the baseline. 6:29 left to play. 57-53 Manti. We knew we were going to have a good one tonight. We'll get some scores. We have a timeout. We'll get you some scores from around the state here during this timeout. Here once again, Manti 57, Carbon 53 with 6:29 left to play in the ballgame. One foul on Manti, none on the Carbon Dinos. And what's some scores around?
Over on our sister station, KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Midway through the fourth, Emory's maintained that big lead throughout, up 64-38 over the Hawks. Look at some other 3A games. Juab up for 13 over Providence Hall at the end of the third, up 55-42. Moving along, we have... That's about the only two-way score I have. At the half, it was Richfield up 22-19 over Canyon. So looking at two-way instead, South Sevier, a foe we saw against Emory, and San Juan, a foe we saw in Carbon. South Sevier up by 13 at the end of 3:50-37. Kanab up over Parowan 48-41.
So it looks like Emory most likely will go 2-1 in region play. The winner of this game will be tied with them. Here's a shot on the baseline, up and good by Bennett. He has 9. 7 of the 9 in the second half, 57-55. Carbon down 2 with the basketball. It's Mason. Manti, perimeter passing. Good defense by the Dinos. Swing over in the corner. Three-point shot. This time from the left side, no good by Rasmussen. Offensive rebound up and in. Adam Thomas has 6. The offensive rebound pays off, 59-55 Manti.
Boardman gets paid, Sonny, and he pays himself with that big rebound to go back up 4.
Orth down on the baseline, works his way in, puts up the shot, can't get it to go. The rebound knocked around, whistle and a reach foul on Carbon. Coming down with the rebound was Thomas, and on the rebound, the reach foul on the Carbon Dinos. It'll be the first team foul on the Carbon Dinos. Fouls on Warburton, his second. Bozzoni and Griffith comes in. Orth, Sorensen out for the Carbon Dinos. 5:43 left to play in the ball game. Both teams with one foul. 59-55 Manti. They have the ball.
And Manti here looking to try and make another big run for themselves.
Mason with the ball between the circles, picked up by Griffith. Takes it now to the right side on the wing. Now back between the circles. Resets. 20 on the shot clock. Plenty of time for Manti. Left side it goes to Barton. Barton to Mortensen. Back to Barton. Down in the paint. Back outside to Mortensen. Whistle. Foul on the ground on the Dinos.
Well, we said they've been good so far throughout the game in avoiding those fouls, but now they're really starting to rack them up early on in the fourth. For Warburton in foul trouble now. He's got 2 more to give, and it's only the 4th, but you want to keep him in as long as you can.
Yeah, that's his 3rd. Manti with the basketball. Mason, bounce pass down low. Nice passing. That was a beautiful pass to Mortensen. Mortensen finds Rasmussen. Easy 2. Rasmussen with 19 and Manti up 6.
And Rasmussen been the story of the fourth, grabbing boards and going up for the easy put-ins.
Down it goes to Mortensen. Makes a nice pass give the assist to Mortensen. Griffith finishes it off. He has 6, 61-57. Manti up 4 in the wall. Mason with it between the circles, swings it right side. It goes to Barton. Mason will take the 3. Down the barrel, no good. Rebound Mortensen. Here come the Dinos. Warburton ahead to Griffith. Griffith finds a gap, puts up a shot in the paint, no good. Rebound Manti. We come back the other way, fast break. Dinos get back on defense. Manti will set the offense up. With the basketball, it's Mortensen left side. He'll get it back. Shot from 15. Rasmussen partially blocked. Dinos come the other way. Bozzoni with it. On the ground, drives in, lay it up. No good, a whistle and a foul. That would have been an N1. Found his way to the basket somehow. Got the shot off, couldn't get it to go, but the foul into the free throw line to shoot 2 will go Bozzoni. The foul on Barton, his second, team foul number 2 on Manti with 4:03 left to play.
And Bozzoni now with a chance to bring it within 2. He's been a very consistent force at the line, 92% from the stripe on the season.
Free throw off the glass, no good. Dinos 6 for 8 from the free throw line tonight. One more to come. Warburton comes out. Withers in. For the Dinos. One more free throw for Bozzoni. Eyes the bucket for free throw number 2. Puts it up. Rims around, no good.
A rare 0 of 2 trip for Jackson.
Whistle and a foul on Bennett. In the backcourt.
I think you can also justify a call there against Mortensen. He's the offensive player, so he's going to get the preference in this modern day and age, but he drops the shoulder, initiating the contact.
Just the clock here? No, they're going to have a substitution. What are they doing? No, adjusting clock. So 3:57 left to play, 61-57. Manti with the lead. They have the ball. It's Mason with it. Mason picked up by Griffith at the half court, straight down. It goes low to Mortensen. Ball saved, but it goes to the Dinos and a turnover for Manti. It's number 16. Bozzoni has the ball taken away from him as well on the pass. Fast break the other way, and Manti throws it away off the Dinos. So Manti will retain possession.
So a lucky break for Carbon. Some arguments happening on the floor. Some angry fans here on the Manti side. They want some more calls. It's been a pretty well officiated game, son. I've really been pleased with how this one's been called.
Into the backcourt, it goes to Mason. Mason, half court, swings it over the left side, goes to Barton. Barton back to Mason, back to Barton. They play catch. Mortensen in the paint. Whistle traveled. Turnover number 17 for Manti. And the Dinos get the ball down 4 with 3:22 left to play, 61-57.
And the Dinos just need something to swing the momentum back in their favor. A big block, a throwdown, or a major 3 could do that for them.
Bennett with the ball on the right side. Gives it down the baseline. Griffith, Bennett. Bozzoni, they play catch above the 3-point line. Back to Withers. Shot. Bennett, no good off the glass, and the rebound comes down to Manti. Getting the rebounds, Thomas. They'll bring it up with the 4. Rasmussen swings it over. Baseline 3. Left side. No good. Halfway down for Barton. It popped out. Rebound Bennett. Bennett ahead of Withers. Right side on the wing. Cross-court pass goes to Bozzoni. Bounce down to Mortensen from 10. Good. Nice look to get Mortensen the ball from about 10. He turns around, hits it. 61-59. 2-point Manti lead. They have the ball with 2:30 left to play.
The Dinos doing everything they can to stay in, but a few doomed 1 to 2 minute stretches have really come back to bite them.
Nice pass down low to Mortensen. Pass on the baseline, up and no good. Mortensen with the rebound, no good. Thomas couldn't get it to go. Rebound Bennett. Dinos can take the lead with a 3. Bennett with the ball on the left side. Ball knocked away. Bozzoni gets it. Still on the left side. Now goes tip of the key. Swings it like side to Griffith. Cross-court pass goes to Withers. He'll take the 3. Baseline left, no good. Tipped out, controlled by Manti. Whistle and a foul. Foul on Manti.
And that one gets the Carbon fans a little more energized. First, you have the finish to bring it within 2. And now the travel to get the ball back. Just a little too much excitement.
Is that travel?
Yeah,
okay.
It was a little travel on that one. But a rare mistake for Mason in the full court, especially in a situation like that. And a wise timeout call. Settle things down a little bit Coach Brower has them within 2 with under 2 left. That's why this is a time where you just want to take a deep breath, Spend the first, it's a full timeout. You got a minute. Spend the first 20, 30 seconds just letting those players relax for a second. Let them get some deep breaths in, gather themselves, because that game was evolving into a high-pressure situation. Mistakes were being made by both sides that aren't normally being made. So if you let them settle down just a little bit, let them breathe, that lets you go back with a clear head onto the court, and with the ball in your hands, down 2, you have a chance to tie or take the lead here, and the Dinos have plenty of players on the floor who can do that. It looks like it's going to be Mortensen, Withers, Orth, Bozzoni, and Bennett. All of those guys can score. It's just a matter of how you set up this play. That's one thing Coach Brower does, is he knows he's very good at designing these plays, especially off the inbound.
3 fouls on Carbon, 2 fouls on Manti. 61-59 the score here in the fourth quarter. We got a good one going on here at Carbon High School. The next game for the Dinos will be Wednesday here at Carbon High School. The Emory Spartans come to town. Always look forward for that.
That'll be a fun one and a not-so-entertaining game on KOAL Sunday. That one finishes with a 24-point defeat. Emory beats North St. Pete 67-43.
So Emory goes to 2-1. North St. Pete drops to 0-4. The bounce pass comes into Mortensen. Shot from about 10. Gets it to go. He has 12. 61-61. Under 2 minutes left to play. With the basketball, it's Mason. Mason gives it over to Barton. Barton, double team. Finds Mortensen for 3. Good! Wing left. Stone Mortensen has 18 points. That's a big shot. 64-61 Manti. Bozzoni. Down low it goes to Mortensen. Nice look underneath to Bennett. He'll put it in. Nice pass by Mortensen to get Bennett the easy 2. He has 11. 64-63. Whistle. Timeout Manti.
A wise call. They were caught up in that trap, forcing towards that hostile sideline. That's where we see a lot of mistakes tend to happen for opposing teams here at Carbon High, because that student section gets oh so rowdy. So good job by Manti. But let's go to Stone Mortensen for a second. My goodness, some cojones on that shot. He has Ty Mortensen flying at his face, hands up in the air, drains it as if it was a wide open shot in his driveway on a Saturday afternoon. Good players make good plays when they matter most, and Stone Mortensen did that for the Templars.
Yeah, we talked about Mortensen at halftime. He only had 4 points. He's averaging 14 points a game. Well, he has 14 points in the second half. He's now up to 18. Yeah, huge second half for Mortensen, a huge second half for Rasmussen. That's why they're up 64-63. If you remember, Rasmussen came in and hit 3 threes, bang, bang, bang.
Down the stretch, it's been big playmaking. Rasmussen got it going in the third when they needed it. Mortensen has done it in the fourth with this game hanging in the balance. Manti with possession coming out of the timeout, up by 1, a chance to add some significant cushion to their lead.
Barton will throw the ball into Mason. The Dinos will pick up the defensive pressure at half court. In it comes. Mason with the ball. Down low it goes to Mortensen. Out of bounds. Off Manti. Thought he was going to cut to the basket, didn't he?
He did. He thought he had the cut, but you got to give credit to Cash Withers there. He's going, he's reaching, recognizes no one's standing there. Wisely brings that arm back out. Sets the Dinos up with a chance to take the lead.
Bozzoni gives over to Withers on the left side. Withers kicks it outside. Bozzoni with the basketball, tip of the key. Picks up his dribble. 3-point shot. Good! From the wing left. Cash Withers, and he has 6 points in the ball game. 66-64 Carbon. Out of bounds off the Dinos. Manti with the possession. 44 seconds left to play. Carbon up 2.
So Withers hits the big teardrop 3. So much arc on that shot, by the way. But he gets back defensively, tips it out of bounds, gets the deflection to make them set up, and they can't run that fast pace they like.
Mason to Barton, back to Mason. They play catch. Shot clock 24, game clock 38. Down low it goes to Mortensen. Drive in, kick it out. Rasmussen for 3. No, short. Rebound Mortensen for the Dinos. Shot clock off, whistle and a foul, and Ty will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. The foul is on Carter Mason with 26 seconds left. Actually, he won't, because that's only the 3rd foul on Manti.
In a situation like this, you're so used to it, but Manti hasn't fouled, and it's going to their detriment right now.
Yes. Timeout, Manti. 26 seconds left to play. Dinos up 2, they have the ball.
Ty, with 12 rebounds in this game, comes up with the biggest grab of this game underneath to buy the third foul from the Templars with 26 seconds left. Shot clock turned off, but you're going to have to go coast to coast on this. And Manti, we haven't seen him break out a full court press this game, so it's going to be a new look for the Dinos. But throughout the season, we've seen Carbon really excel in these full court situations. They're good at press breaking. That's something that Coach Brower has definitely excelled in terms of game planning. And going back to what he always tells us, he watches a lot of film, Sonny. And he's going to be prepared for a moment like this, seeing what press Manti is going to try and dial up here, because this is a big moment. If Carbon can cross that midcourt stripe, you force Manti to foul. You don't want any more time to tick off that clock. But a turnover here could lead to a quick 2 or even 3, and we could have ourselves a tie ball game. It's up to keeping your head, keep your cool, play your brand of basketball. Whoever does that, whoever can keep composure in this big game situation is going to be the one who comes away with the win.
Orth, Warburton, Shazzoni, Mortensen, Bennett on the floor for the Carbon Dinos. 26 seconds left to play. Carbon leads by 2. They have the basketball. Orth will throw it in.
Manti right now in a man press.
Covered by Rasmussen. In it comes to Bennett. Bennett finds a gap, gets it past half court, bounce pass to Mortensen, and that's a good foul on Manti because Mortensen had an easy 2 with 21 seconds left to play.
Not only would that have been a 2, Sonny, that had the lane and the makings of a thunderous jam for Ty, something we've seen him do before. 4th foul now against Manti, 3rd whistled against Thomas. So the Dinos and Bennett, he finds his lane, he's off to the races like Secretariat, gets him into this situation.
And it comes to Mortensen. He'll hand it off to Warburton. Warburton will dribble around. The ball's knocked away into the backcourt. Scramble forward. What do we got? We got a jump ball. And it goes
in favor of Manti.
To Manti.
Brower's incensed with the call. I agree with him, but it's been how this game's been called all day.
12 seconds left to play, 66-64.
Now, Coach has to contain himself here, though. He can't afford to pick up a technical.
12.7 left to play, 66-64. The Dinos are up 2.
Well, we have
Manti ball.
Manti has found a lot of success, Sonny, in fast break situations. When they're running the floor, that's when they get their full head of steam. That's when things go well for them. We haven't seen as much success in the half court. Things have cooled off following that hot start to the 3rd quarter by Rasmussen. But that's one player I don't want to see the ball in his hands anywhere outside of the perimeter. Him, Stone Mortensen, and Carter Mason. Anyone else, you're going to be okay with taking a deep 3-point shot, but those players in particular, you're going to have a little heartache if they get it.
The Dinos have a foul to give. They only have 3 fouls. That's important here. As long as you don't foul somebody shooting, you can take some time off the clock if you want to, or you just play good, hard defense, not worrying about having to go into that 5th foul and just try to get a stop. That's what I think
play
that
straight
will
up
happen.
Defense,
yes.
Play some hard-nosed defense. Don't foul on the shot. Anything else you're going to be okay with.
Yeah. Throwing the ball in will be Mortensen. For Manti, 66-64 Dinos. They're up 2, 12 seconds left to play. In it comes to the backcourt. It goes to Mason. Picked up by Griffith. Still with the basketball. 8 seconds on the game clock. Fakes in the paint. Foul. He traveled before the foul, says the referee, and a turnover on Manti. That's number 19. The Dinos have the ball with 4.5 left to play.
And it was a case of the chicken or the egg, Sonny. The foul or the travel, which came first? The official says travel.
And it comes to Carter. He loses it. Shot up and good. Manti with the basket. I believe it was Rasmussen. He has 21. Was it Rasmussen?
Rasmussen, no. He comes up big in the 3rd and big again. Rasmussen gets the steal against Carter. My goodness, Sonny.
Underneath the basket. He gets the ball and he puts it in. And it counts.
What
a game.
Well, Sonny, you can't complain about some free basketball. The fans on their feet. I'm excited for how this overtime period's going to run. This is being a shorter frame. It's going to come down to which team comes out with the hotter start. Manti, they love their overtime games lately, Sonny. We look back to just a week ago. They had that 4-overtime thriller against North San Pete. Now they're going into extra periods with the Dinos. This is unfamiliar territory for Carbon, Sonny. We don't really see overtime games here, so the Dinos not tested in these situations.
Let's look at scoring by quarters. After one, Manti led 19-13. At the half, it was Carbon 33, Manti 27. A big second quarter for Carbon, but then Manti had a big third quarter. 55-51 Manti, and in the fourth quarter, the Dinos outscored Manti 15-11. We sit at 66-66. We go to overtime. And jumping will be Mortensen. He'll be jumping against Rasmussen. Some free basketball here at Carbon High School. What a game.
What a game. 4 minutes to potentially decide this one. Of course, we could get second, third, fourth overtime. It's going to come down to cardio and fitness here.
Both teams playing their heart out. The Dino with the basketball. They get the tip. Bazzoni drives in, kicks it outside to Bennett. Bennett drives in, off the glass, can't get it to go, and the rebound comes down to Thomas. Thomas ahead to Mason. He'll bring it past the half-court stripe, being followed by Mortensen. Three-point shot, Manti up and no good. Offensive rebound up and in. Mortensen couldn't get it to go, but Mason gets the offensive rebound, puts it up and in. It's 68-66 Manti. Back the other way, count it for the Dinos. It's Orth. He has 13. And the 68-68 game and a foul on the ground on the Dinos.
Now
we're going back and forth right now.
This is where these regulation fouls are going to shine their hardest, though. Players with 3 or 4 fouls coming in, they're going to have less to give, especially as we get further and further.
Foul on Orth, his third. Both teams with 4 will shoot free throws. Nice pass down underneath the Mortensen, but good defense by the Dinos. 3-point shot, baseline left, won't go. Shot missed that time by Thomas, but the offensive board belongs to Manti to get another chance. 3-point shot down the barrel. Good! Adam Thomas has 9. 71-68 Manti. We go back and forth. Orth with the ball in the paint. Shot up. No good. Whistle on the foul. Free throws for the Dinos. To the free throw line to shoot 2 goes Kyler Orth. Chance to cut this lead to 1.
Well, the big man's got some range, Sonny. His first 6 points came from on the interior off offensive boards. Apparently he can drain it from outside too. A new wrinkle thrown into this game.
Free throw, Orth, no good. Dinos 6 for 10 from the line tonight. And Manti 7 for 9, I believe.
And Orth, normally a 70% shooter, misses the first, gets the second to fall though.
Second free throw, good. 14 points for Orth in the ball game. Manti with the basketball on the baseline. Out of bounds, turnover, Manti. That is turnover number 20.
If you can force Manti into those baseline drives in the half court, that's where we've seen so many turnovers happen. They try and sling it. Too much energy goes into it and it goes soaring into the stands.
Drive inside. Bazzoni kicks it outside to Orth. Back to Bazzoni. Spin move in the paint. Lay it up and in. That's a great play by Jackson Bazzoni. He has 8 points. We're tied at 71. Back down the other way, Mortensen with the ball. Hands it off in the paint. The runner won't go for Mason, out of bounds. Stays with Manti on the baseline.
Well, Bazzoni having defenders on the opposite end look like they need a map, but the Dinos can't corral the rebound off the miss.
Rasmussen to throw it in on the baseline. In it comes. Goes to Mason, double team. Rasmussen for 3. Good. Baseline left. Another one for Rasmussen. He has 24. Manti leads by 3. Dinos with the basketball. Warburton on the baseline. Shot up, no good. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. The foul coming over to make that play was Rasmussen. He's whistled for it. Warburton with a chance to cut this lead to 1. 74-71. Manti starting to hit the threes again. They've gone into some minutes of hitting threes, and they've been in one here for the last couple.
It's been mainly Kobe Rasmussen who's been getting the job done, Sonny. He comes in as the fourth leading scorer on this team, averaging 8.1 a night. He's exploded so far. He's up to 24. My goodness.
Warburton's free throws, both of them good. Carter has 16. It's a 1-point game. Stolen by the Dinos. Bennett to Warburton. 3. No, off the front of the rim. He had the shot from the baseline right. Rebound, Manti whistling a foul on Carbon. Free throws.
They're going
to talk. Wait a minute.
This could be on Mortensen. He throws the elbow at the head, so it's going to be again. Which came first? Which one are they going to deem as the foul?
They call it on Manti. Call the charge. They said the elbow. Good catch, Aiden.
What can I say? As someone who threw a lot of elbows in his playing days, I know when I see one. But a great job by Bennett, laying his body on the line, and a good trap by Orth and Bennett to come away with that.
74-73 with 1:55 left to play. Timeout, Carbon. Wow, we have a great game here in overtime. 74-73. Man, Manti has been into some really good games this year, haven't they?
No, this has been like their last 5. I don't think they've had a game that doesn't give these poor fans aneurysms. Their hearts are racing down there, and it's been time and time again. These Manti Templars love putting on some thrilling shows, and I'm happy to be a part of it tonight.
We talked about it in the pregame show. If anybody heard that Manti played North Stampede 4 overtimes. So they have been in this situation before. A 4 overtime game, and they won 105-92 in 4 overtimes.
And they've played about 6 games since winter break, Sonny, and all but 2 of them have been decided by single digits. We've seen them drop by 2, 4, 5. There are only 2 games that weren't, where it's against Emory, where they lost by 15, and North Stampede in that thriller, where they ended up winning by 13. So this is a team they're battle-tested in close game situations. I don't know if the Dinos have played in a situation like this, but they've adapted very well to what Manti's throwing their way.
Carbon will throw the ball in on the baseline underneath their basket with 1:55 left to play, down 1. Bennett will throw the ball in. And it comes to Warburton on the baseline left, back to Bennett. Back to the basket, spin move. No place to go. Good defense by Manti. Gets back outside of Bizzoni. Drives in. Cut off. Down to Warburton. Orth. Off the glass and in. That is some beautiful passing by the Dinos. Orth has 16. Dinos up 1, 75-74. 1:33 left to play. Manti with the basketball. Set the offense, trying to set the offense, but the Dino defense really aggressive. Gives the ball to Mason. Here's a 3-point shot. Rasmussen, good! From the right baseline, he has 27. 77-75 Manti.
He's having the game of his life, Sonny. My goodness. He can't leave that kid open, but time and time again, got to give him major props.
Bennett down to Orth. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Manti. A minute left to play. They lead by 2. Here we come the other way. Mortensen with the basketball. Picks up his dribble, gives it over to Mason. Mason down in the corner. Ball knocked away in a turnover. The Dinos get it. Warburton with the basketball. Past a half-court stripe. 47 seconds left to play. Mortensen back to Warburton. 3 down the barrel. No good. Rebound, Manti. 37 seconds left. 6 seconds difference on the game clock. Shot clock. Whistle. Foul on Orth. That's going to be his 4th. Free throws for Manti.
Well, you stop the clock if nothing else, Sonny. But, again, this has been the Kobe Rasmussen game. 27 points. He's reined it in throughout the game. Going into half, Sonny, he had 5. He scored 22 points. Thank you for the math. I'm not good at that part. But 22 points in this in overtime.
Free throw up and good. Carter Mason has 10. 8 for 10 from the free throw line tonight for Manti. One more free throw to come. 78-75. This is a huge free throw. This makes it a 2-possession game.
This does, with the shot clock going to be turned off, too, with 33.9.
Free throw, good. Walked up there and hit them both. 32 seconds left. 4-point lead for Manti. The Dinos don't need a 3. They just need a basket here. Bizzoni in the paint. Runner. No good. Rebound, Orth. He goes down to the ground hard, out of bounds, off Manti. Dinos ball with 22 seconds left on the baseline.
And Mortensen needs to watch himself from arguing with the ref. That's still Mortensen. He can't afford to get teed up. That's 2 and possession. That would be worst case scenario, disaster.
And it comes to Warburton. Bennett from 15. Baseline right, no good. Rebound, Manti whistling a foul. It's getting a little heated. Orth picks up foul number 5, and he'll be out of the ball game. Manti will shoot free throws with 18 seconds left to play.
Oh, to his credit, no time really ticked off the clock after the miss, but he goes out with his 5th. The Manti Loyal want a tee. The refs aren't going to give it to him, it looks like. Again, this has been a very well-called game. This is one that's going to come down to the results on the court. Whoever played hardest, who made the least mistakes. That's what you're going to have to give it to.
The intensity level is extremely high, and you would expect it in an overtime game, 79-75. Region play, both teams 1-1. You expect it.
I feel like I'm drinking like 5 energy drinks, Sonny. My legs are getting woozy. My heart's beating really fast.
Stone Mortensen's free throw good, and Manti has gone to the free throw line here in the overtime late, and they've hit their free throws.
That's what's made the difference maker. They weren't doing it very often in regulation, but
hits them both.
They've done it when it's mattered most.
Dinos with a basketball. 18 seconds. Bizzoni has it. Down to 17. Over to Withers. To Bennett. Bennett finds a gap. Back to Withers. 3-point shot. Baseline left. Won't go. Rebound comes down to Manti. 7 seconds left to whistle on the foul. We got a foul or we got double dribble? It was either a foul or double dribble. It happened at the same time. They called double dribble, and the Dinos will have the ball on the baseline.
No, I hate to be a pessimist, Sonny. I don't know if 5.8 is enough to make things happen here.
And it comes. Withers with it. Shot for 3. No good. Ball game. Manti comes away with the 81-75 win over the Manti Templars. The Manti Templars with the win over the Carbon Dinos, 81-75. What a game.
That was a thriller from start to finish, Sonny. But there's one name that you're going to be circling heading into the locker room, and that, of course, is Kobe Rasmussen. Comes in, he's averaging 8 on the season. He has 5 at the half. He explodes for 22 in the second half and the overtime period. What a game for the senior. Talk about having yourself a memory-making night. He's not going to forget this one anytime soon.
Manti outscores the Dinos 15-9. In the overtime, they come away with the 81-75 win. High school basketball at its best, isn't it? How do you not love high school sports?
You got to get romantic about it, Sonny. It's beautiful. What an atmosphere between these two teams. What a game between two teams who are hungry for a victory. I loved what I saw from everyone tonight. Kobe Rasmussen finishes the game with 5 3-pointers, all coming in the second half. My goodness, just you can't overstate how hard fought this game was, how entertaining it was, the energy from the fans, from Manti, from Carbon, the student section, the band. I loved the energy here, and I'm looking forward to a few more weeks of this.
Final score in overtime tonight, Manti 81, the Carbon Dinos 75. Manti goes to 2-1 in region play. Dinos 1-2. We'll talk about that in the post-game show. We'll take a break, and when we come back, it'll be time for the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game show. Once again, the final score in overtime, Manti 81 and the Carbon Dinos 75.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Having a great local pharmacy that you can rely on is important. At Price Family Pharmacy, transferring your prescriptions is simple and hassle-free. Just call us at 637-3737 and we'll take care of the rest. Need your medication delivered right to your door? We offer free delivery to make your life even easier. Managing multiple medications? Ask about our convenient med packing services to keep you organized and on track. Visit Price Family Pharmacy and experience a team that genuinely cares. Feel better about your pharmacy. Choose Price Family Pharmacy today.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
Plumbing issues don't happen every day, but when they do, it's good to know that there's a plumber you can trust right here in the Castle Country. The Swell Plumber has over 30 years of experience and has proven that he's reliable. Here's what some customers have said about the Swell Plumber.
Kurt was amazing. He came out to the house the same day and got quotes to us very quickly.
Kurt kept in touch with us with updates as things progressed. I was definitely pleased.
For residential and commercial plumbing, go to theswellplumber.com and book your appointment today.
The time is now to join the JN Auto Experience. Browse quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs at our Price or Huntington lots. JN Auto can even help you get financing. Get fast, expert mechanic service to keep your vehicle running smoothly. Treat your car to a spotless wash or make it shine with professional detailing. Even rent a car. All in one convenient stop. JN Auto. Driven forward.
Welcome to Emery and Carbon Animal Health, where Dr. Jensen and his staff greet you and your pet with caring smiles. Our exam rooms are clean and inviting. Our accredited doctors offer many procedures, including examinations, surgery, dentistry, and boarding. Schedule an appointment today. 2 locations to serve you. Emery and Carbon Animal Health. Animals big and small. We care for them all.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a 4-legged word.
The Dinos play here on 95.3 FM, The Peak.
Welcome back to Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show. Quite a game here tonight at Carbon High School. Manti comes away with the 81-75 win in overtime. They go to 2-1. The Dinos drop to 1-2. Now, earlier tonight, we had a final score. Emery with a big win over North St. Pete. They go to 2-1 as well. So, Union having the night off, sits 3-0. Then you have Emery 2-1. You have Manti 2-1. You have Carbon 1-2. And you have North St. Pete 0-4. This makes Wednesday's night game when Emery comes to Price. That is a huge game for the Carbon Dinos.
Yeah, there are major implications going on in that one, Sonny. But you look ahead for Manti. This was a thrilling win for them. This gets them back into the right path to kind of control their destiny. They moved to 2-1. Dinos face a harder path now, falling to 1-2. But they're going to have their toughest region test yet. And that's saying a lot because they've played some tough games. But they got the Union Cougars coming up next Wednesday. So that's going to be the game we're all kind of going to be having our eyes on in terms of watching region standings, because they have the chance to hand Union that first loss of the season, and that game is going to be played at Manti. So a true road game for Union coming up in that contest. But tonight, the Dinos, they battle hard, and you look at the statistics for both sides, and you can see a case for why either team would have been at this game. You could have done Team A, Team B. You would have had a hard time picking who would have won if you couldn't see the final score. Yeah. But Manti made the plays down the stretch that made all the difference in the world. They had those plays where they were able to really come up in key moments. You look mainly at the final 3 seconds of regulation. Rasmussen gets the steal and the lay-in. He continues his heroics and sends this game to OT. A few big threes for the young man later, and Manti comes out on top.
Yeah, well-contested game. Just a fantastic game to watch. Manti comes out on top, 81-75. Scoring by quarters, Manti led after 19-13. The Dinos outscored Manti 20-8 in the second quarter to take a 33-27 lead, but then in the third quarter, Manti outscored the Dinos 28-18. Manti took a 55-51 lead. In the fourth quarter, Carbon outscores Manti 15-11. We're tied at 66. 15-9 in the overtime in favor of Manti. They come away with the 81-75 win tonight in overtime. That's 2 overtime wins in the region for Manti.
And honestly, Sonny, if you are looking at this, you would have rather this game happened on a Wednesday from a coaching and playing perspective, for the sole reason of now you have the weekend. Not only a weekend, you have a long weekend to sit there and ruminate about it. And that's something that I know the coaching staff and a lot of the players are going to be doing. Losses like this are the ones that are going to hurt you the most, and they're going to be the ones that you're going to be thinking about all night long tonight. But what matters most is you bounce back again on Wednesday, come back to the hardwood Monday for practice, hit things hard, get a good start to the week, and then as long as you take care of business in practice, things will get rolling for themselves.
Scoring by individuals. First, we'll take a look at Manti. Kobe Rasmussen had 5 points in the first half. He hit 5 threes in the second half. He finishes with 27. An incredible second half for Rasmussen, and he likes that baseline 3 on either side.
No, it was like you're playing the old the old Nintendo basketball game. Corner 3, corner 3, corner 3. He's raining them down, and you look at those non-scoring stats for him. He did just a little bit of everything for Manti tonight. He had 3 rebounds. He had that crucial steal to set up overtime, and he had a blocked shot. So Kobe Rasmussen with the game of his life.
Yeah. Stone Mortensen had 4 points in the first half. In the second, he finishes with 16 in the second half, so he finishes with 20 total. So a good night for Mortensen. He's averaging 14 points per game, so a good scoring night for him, and he had a good night on both sides of the floor as well.
That he did. He played good pressure defense. Didn't come up with any steals, but he had a block as well as 5 rebounds, a few of them coming on the offensive side of things, setting up easy lay-ins.
Senior Carter Mason finishes with 11, 7 in the first half, 4 in the second. Then came Adam Thomas. He had 9 points in the ball game. 7 of those came in the second half. Will Barton finished with 8, and Andrew Rowley finished with 6 for Manti. They shot 13 free throws, made 11, and they had 22 turnovers on the night. But, the turnovers are going to be a bit high because the pace of the game was incredible. I mean, it was hard to keep up with at times.
These are two teams who love the fast break offense. They're going to run the floor at every given opportunity, and because of that, those turnovers are going to come. That's something we've talked about with Coach before for Carbon-specific style, is that the turnovers are going to come, but as long as they're not sloppy turnovers, then you're going to feel a little bit better about things because it's just a pace of the game thing. There were stretches, however, where both teams caught the turnover bug and they were flying left and right, a little out of control.
Right. For the Carbon Dinos tonight, leading the way with 16 points was Carter Warburton and Kyler Orth, both with 16. Kyler fouling out with 18 seconds left to play in the game, but both of those young men with 16 points and good ball games for both of them.
Yeah, they played spectacular basketball. You look at Carter, he came up with a pair of steals, and that helped set up a few breaks for his teammates, and especially when it comes to his passing, he is so good at guiding the floor, finding his spots as well as his teammates' spots.
Ty Mortensen with 12 points tonight, 6 in the first, 6 in the second half. he just keeps getting better every game, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, you look at the points, you see 12 points, you think that's a pretty good game. I wonder what else he did. Here's what else he did.
Yes.
12 rebounds, 2 steals, and 4 blocks. He stuffs the stat sheet in the loss. Unfortunate, but he's able to really load up those numbers. He's getting better and better each game. And again, we talked about it in the pregame show. He's probably the best center in this region. So he's making a strong case for himself now that he could potentially be one of the best centers in 3A.
Logan Bennett finishes with 11. He had 2 in the first half, and they were both free throws. He finishes with 9 in the second half for a total of 11 for Logan Bennett. Good night for him as well.
Bennett also pulls down 12 boards. He pulled down 5 in the first quarter alone. He also has 2 steals to his total. What an effort from Logan.
Jackson Bazzoni with 8 points in the ballgame, but he controls this team with his speed and how he can take the ball to the basket, and he makes it difficult on the defense.
Yeah, he is like a fine sports car, Sonny. He's 0 to 60 in 1 second. He's bursting left, right. He has the slickest move as he goes up into the air, readjusting midair, a little up and in for the finish. I don't think I've ever seen him miss that.
Cash Withers with 6 points. Case Griffith with 6 points for the Carbon Dinos for a total of 75 points tonight for the Carbon Dinos. They fall short, 81-75. The Dinos shoot 13 free throws. They make 8. They have 14 turnovers. So they had less turnovers than Manti. Both teams shot the same amount of free throws, 13.
Well, and you look at every other stat, besides scoring, Carbon won. In terms of rebounding, they out-rebounded Manti 29-21. They out-steal the Templars 11-7, and they out-block Manti 5-2. So looking at the statistics, this was a spectacular game. One that's going to sting, but one you really got to give a lot of credit to the Dinos for. They left it all out on the floor.
The 3 points for Manti, well, I mean, they would go into a groove with the 3 points. They wouldn't hit one for a while, and then they'd go crazy. They did that a couple of times in this game. But starting in the second half, Kobe Rasmussen decided he's going to get open on the baseline. He's going to put the threes down, and he did just that.
Hey, he was living up to the Kobe name. He takes over. He's got the Mamba mentality going on.
So we'll take a break here in Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game show. Once again, the final score tonight, Manti comes away with the 81-75 overtime win over the Carbon Dinos. When we come back, more. Don't go anywhere here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center. Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
Our home flooded when the refrigerator line broke. We felt helpless, didn't know what to do. Our neighbors told us to call On Call Restore. They really came through for us.
Serving all of southeastern Utah, they're fast and professional. 24/7 emergency services for water, fire, and mold. They even do emergency board-ups. And as a licensed insured general contractor, they do the remodeling as well. Call for a free quote, 650-1092.
Bringing you peace of mind during the worst of times. Call On Call, 650-1092.
We'll be on our way.
Golfers, get ready for year-round fun at Swing and Swear. Step into the action with over 43,000 world-class courses to choose from. No passport required. Rain or shine, you can tee off indoors. Multiple bays, club rentals, tables, chairs, and concessions. It's the perfect spot to practice your game, celebrate with friends, or spend time with family. From the serious golfer to first-timers, everyone is welcome to join the fun. Swing and Swear, located just off Ridge Road. Call 299-6200 to schedule a tee time today.
What the Utah Miners Hospital offers is relatively unique in the country to help take care of people who have really dedicated their careers, their lives to hard work.
I have torn rotator cuffs in my shoulders. Honestly, I don't remember everything I've had done. I think I've had to wait 10 minutes one time. It's amazing that there's a fund out there. You have no medical bills.
If you're ready and you need us, please give us a call. We're happy to help.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Smith. After 6 years as a nurse, I've learned that sometimes our bodies just need a little extra support. That's what IV therapy can do. It can help you bounce back quicker after an illness, recover faster after a workout, ease migraines, and even improve focus and energy. Think of it as giving your body a direct line to the hydration and nutrients it needs to feel its best. I'd love to help you find the right blend for your goals. Reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram at wellness.iv.utah.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Basketball on the Peak KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game show. Once again tonight, the Dinos fall short in overtime. Quite the game, 81-75 to Manti. And we'll talk about the games coming up here in a second. But first, Aiden, talk a little bit about the Spirit cards.
Well, Sonny, the Spirit card is this neat little thing that happens over at Eastern Utah Community Credit Union, where they are going to be able to make it so you can carry your favorite high school team with you wherever you go. We're talking Emory, we're talking Grand, we're talking, of course, the Carbon Dinos. All you got to do, stop by any EUCCU branch and ask, hey, can I get one of those Spirit cards? Tell them the school of your preference, and then you'll be able to take it home and show your school pride with you wherever you go. Sonny, as a proud Spartan, I carry the Dinos with me wherever I go.
So let's take a look at Region 13. Union sits 3-0. Emory 2-1, Manti 2-1, Carbon 1-2, and North St. Pete 0-4. Games coming up on Wednesday night. The Carbon Dinos will be at home against Emory. That is a huge game for the Carbon Dinos. Got to get back on the winning track. Don't want to fall down to 1-3 in region play. Get yourself even at 2-2. Huge game on Wednesday night for Carbon.
Yeah, that has major implications, not just in region, not just in the RPI, but for the momentum of the Dinos. It's losses like this, they can sting a lot, but you got to do your best to bounce back as soon as you can, and the best opportunity and the best way to do that is against a rival on your home court.
Union at Manti. Well, that's an interesting game now because Union sits 3-0, but Manti is 2-1. So with a win against Union, they will have the same record. So a huge game at Manti on Wednesday night as well.
That's going to be a major one. Going to be ones we're definitely going to be keeping you up to date with as those scores come in next Wednesday because, again, this region still up for grabs, but the path for the Dinos just got a little harder.
And North St. Pete, they do not play on Wednesday night. Their next game will be against Manti on Friday night. Those two teams had a battle just not too long ago, the 4 overtime win for Manti. So they will meet up again next Friday. So that's how the region works, Aiden. That's how it looks. We knew it was going to be fun coming into this season with the 5-team region that we had, and so far, it's been very entertaining.
That it has, Sonny. I think Manti would do their fans a big favor if they didn't wait till the last second to try and win these games. Those poor fans looked like they were having their 5th heart attack this week. Hair was frazzled. People were falling to their knees in the stands. So hopefully they go in and they take care of business that second round of their rivalry on next Friday, and then they defeat Union. Because this is a team... It's a team that, even if they're not the Dinos, you can root for them. This is just a hard-fought, well-coached basketball team. You got give them a lot of credit. They built something spectacular in Manti that's persisted for the last 2 decades.
Yeah, both of these teams just played their hearts out tonight. It's quite the competitive game. I was impressed by both teams. Somebody asked to win, and Manti in overtime pulled away with the 6-point win. So we will be back here on Wednesday. Our pregame show will start at 6:30. Tip-off time, 7 o'clock against the Emory Spartans. Come out and support the Carbon Dinos, or listen to us on 95.3 The Peak. Explain to the people one more time how they can watch on Wednesday night, but it's going to be a good one. Come out and support the Dinos.
Yeah, if you're just tuning into the action now, you can go back and rewatch tonight's very thrilling contest. I know I'm going to do that myself. This was just one you want to relive. All you got to do, head on over to YouTube, look up Castle Country Radio Carbon. You're going to gain access to not just this game, but every other game of the Dino season dating back to football. It's an easy way to follow along with the Dinos on your schedule and is powered by Castle Country Radio.
Love doing Carbon Dino Sports. What a game tonight. Once again, the final score, Manti with the 81-75 overtime win over the Carbon Dinos. Wednesday night, we will be back. Anything else, Aiden, before we call it an evening here at Carbon High School?
Go Dinos, beat the Spartans.
Hope you enjoyed the broadcast as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Once again, Manti 81, Carbon 75 in overtime. We'll see you Wednesday night against the Emory Spartans here.